Good evening, folks. Welcome into another round of LFM action. It is myself, John Wright, aka Double O Raven, taking us through this evening's smorgasbord of racing. Of course, starting off with the PTT Porsche Cup Series. Some serious prizes up for grabs in that one. And then we will, of course, continue on with the Case King Pro Series, a double header of races for us to dive into with that one, and the notorious, the infamous reverse order grid for race number 2. So make sure you stay tuned in for that. As I say though, we will open up with the Carrera Cup by PTT Racing. We've been to the Red Bull Ring, the Hungaro Ring, Valencia, Misano. We are at my beloved Barcelona, and from what I've seen from weather conditions, it may well be that this track in Spain has relocated to the plain. If you know, you know. If you don't, we will find out very shortly. Of course, the prize up for grabs that I mentioned earlier, thanks to PTT Racing, our winner will get themselves a track day in the Porsche Cup car at the Silesia Ring in Poland. Oh yes, take it from the virtual to the real. And yeah, absolutely cannot wait to see whoever wins. I'm sure there will be videos, and I say whoever wins because it is an interesting tussle we have at the top. Anything Santema can do, Carrera can do just as well at the moment. 2 wins apiece. See the two. Sorry, where am I going? Let's go with the results first. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm so excited about why it's so close up at the top. But yes, Carrera, where I was going with this, anything Santema can do, Carrera can do just as well, bringing home a second win in a row. So he brought home the win last week at Misano ahead of Santema, coming across the line in second. So that's 2 firsts and 2 second places for both of the drivers. All that preparation, and I still managed to have the wrong screen open. It was Michael Frey in 3rd place, Leon Kren in 4th, Giraud in 5th place, Sasha Wassner in 6th, Boucher, Petouche, Rademacher and Faher rounding out the top 10. And we're about to find out exactly why I was so excited. We are 4 rounds in, and I've already let the cat out of the bag, of course. Exactly the same points between the top 2 at the top of the standings. It is Carrera and Santema, 5,520 points each. Of course, that is, there we go. 2 wins and 2 second places each, and they have north of 600 points already separating them from Leon Kren in 3rd place. He himself has got a 250 point gap back to Micah Petouche, Pascal Giraud in 5th position, Boucher in 6th, Michael Frey moving into or further into the top 10 in 7th place after last week's result. Florence in 8th, Sasha Wassner and Mario Hoffman rounding out the top 10 in the championship standings. The drivers will be out on track for qualifying any moment. Let's at least get that one right. As I say, it is Barcelona this evening. We've got Zandvoort in the Porsche Cup cars with the old last turn. Next week, yeah, exactly. I'll be tuning in for that one. Spa the week after Monza, Paul Ricard, Brands Hatch, Imola to be decided for week 12. And I'm looking for some. We shall see. 3rd of January, Hogmanay hangovers in full effect, and it's only the Nordschleife. But yeah, the Porsches will be Porsche Cup cars will be absolutely fine there. They're on home soil. They will be able to navigate that track. Absolutely no problem at all. Yeah. Ooh, speaking of navigating a track, no problem at all. There may be a few this evening for some of the drivers as I'm just jumping in. We've got a qualifying session is actually underway. Excellent stuff. And I did say there is the potential that some way, somehow, this Spanish track has moved itself to the plain, because I did hear the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. It seems to mainly be falling absolutely every place. This will be very easy work for the drivers tonight. In these Porsche Cup cars, this will be an absolute cakewalk. Keeping things going, no problem whatsoever. Welcome in to everyone on YouTube and on Twitch. Of course, the Twitch chat is joined with the German chat as well. Ladies, says Gay Forth. We've got a few in the German chat as well. But yeah, remember, all those likes and subscribes on YouTube and the follows on Twitch, hugely appreciated. Thank you very much. The ever-growing YouTube channel with a huge back catalogue of racing, absolutely top-end racing as well. We should be there, my apologies. There we go. Yeah, so we're early in the qualifying session. It is only a 12-minute session for the drivers to navigate. They're still going to slow up a bit coming out of the last corner. We've got to jump through the field and see where they're all going to come in. There's Jan Boucher just starting his lap. Giraud as well out in the Rexy machine, just coming through the first few corners. So we'll see times coming in soon. 28 drivers in tonight's session. Michael Frey in the pits. Cannot wax lyrical enough about how good Michael Frey is behind the wheel of a Porsche. There is Grantis Carrera, and that is a cracking livery on that car. That looks absolutely phenomenal, and he's on dry tyres as well. I mean, okay, it is Carrera. Who am I to argue? Nobody. Exactly. You're absolutely spot on. Pascal Giraud, where is he? Just coming through camps. Of course, we've got the old left-hander here. This is a pre-helmet homologation. Ooh, nice little bit of control there on the back of the car. I was going to say a nice bit of lateral motion. We'll give the driver the credit for keeping it under control. They all seem to be on the dry tyres. Not sure if that's a graphical glitch or if I am missing something. Are these wet conditions conducive to dry tyres? A lot of cars on track, so there will be a bit of drying. I've seen some yellow flags just in the last corner. No times coming in as yet. Just as I say that, Pascal Giraud pops in his first crack of the whip, and it's good enough to hold it after another two cars come across the line, one of them being Boucher, who quickly finds himself in third place, one at 54.7 for him, 54.7 for Crane as well, but it is a 54.5 for Pascal Giraud, and he is going quicker. Lots more times coming in. Lots more times coming in. Penetroy and Hoffman, Hoffman with the penalty on his lap. We now do have almost everyone out on track. Two cars in the pits, one of them being Carrera. He's gone quicker. He's done a 154.3, so too is Sasha Wassner, 0.05 of a second. Separating the teammates. Even in these conditions. Absolutely incredible. And Leon Crane, now it does say the rain is going to reduce, so they're relying on the track drying up a bit. Those curves cannot be good in the dry. In the wet, sorry. 18 degrees as well, which isn't a cosy track temperature in the slightest, it is safe to say. But they seem to be managing. It does say that Leon Crane is on for an absolute worldie of a time here compared to the rest of the field. So we'll see how he gets on through the final few corners And if you can bring this home, of course, the my beloved final chicane still present on the track as well. Such a phenomenal piece of, such a phenomenal corner complex on any track out of New Holland along the start-finish straight. Is this about to be a 53? It absolutely is. That is an 8/10 gap, almost 7 1/4 tenths of a gap, and then Sasha Wassner. Yeah, so the track is massively drying up. Could be my only conclusion at this stage. Because they are going quicker. You can't see there is a bit of a drier line. Really having to work on the curve. Sasha Wassner could be about to absolutely destroy the time that Leon Kren has set, and he's the only one looking close to doing so at the moment. Let's see, he takes a checkered flag, 53.0. Another half a second he takes there. We've got 19 drivers that have set times, 2 minute 0.8. The slowest that we've got, Hoffman, still no time set. And Michael Frey, still no time set either. So car not too far ahead of him. Sasha Wassner not done with a 53.0. He is, yeah, he is odds on for a 52 now. Yeah, that one's left me. Wassner is going quicker, Roncano is going quicker as well, so too Dario Shins. Yeah, sorry, Shins is 3/10 up, Jason Lawns 6/10 up, half a second for Starchevich, Sapanen as well, finding a fair bit of time, so we're going to see a lot of chopping and changing in these last 4 minutes. Yeah, lots of chopping and changing going on. Let me just make sure. Oh, the engines are loud, my apologies. There we go. Yeah, so lots of time being gained right throughout the entirety of the field. A couple of yellow flags. Oh, Pascal Giraud picking up a yellow flag as Michael Frey picks up pole position. Did say he was not bad in the Porsches, and 52.6. So comes out the pits late, and his first lap is good enough to take the top spot, and he's going quicker again. Oh, and a bit of a wiggle. Has to jam on the brakes to control the car, and loses over a second there. Oh, we've got Penetroy is off with 3 minutes to go. Still got time. Jan Boucher looking good on this lap as well. Oh, Wassner picking up a yellow at the front of the field. Michael Frey just finding his way off track. It is all happening early. We do love a bit of rain to spice things up. Carrera at the moment 6th place ahead of Patouche, Penetroy, Giraud and Roncano rounding out the top 10, and a 10th ahead of Jean Boucher. Wiedbeck in 14th there ahead of Radstrom and Raymond. I'm sure he'll be hoping he's the rain man around here today. He's going to need to be. Everywhere he is. Well, there you go. Full wheel spin out of the pits to try and get some warmth into tyres. Although you'd think you'd be able to do that coming out of the pits with the warming blankets afforded to the GT3 drivers. We've got 2 minutes left to go qualifying. You've got a whole lot of drift across the track there. That's how you open up the steering and make it over onto the dry line. Really leaning into the curbs here, not as scared at all. Not in the slightest of the accelerator while on the curbs. In fact, using that extra rotation to get the car round, and with a little bit of slide up through 8 into 9. This is looking like it's a pole position lap that we're on board with here. Heading into La Caixa, it is Michael Frey with a handsome gap on his own time here, never mind the rest of the field. Oh, and he really having to hang on to it. Absolutely incredible control from Frey, and he manages to hold on at the time as well. Did not lose any, and in fact gained a tenth of a second with all that shimmying and shaking his way through the field. He's got a yellow flag just ahead of him. That is not what he wants to see coming into the last corner. Thankfully off the driving line, uninterrupted, or unobtrusive. Unobtruded. No, that's not the words I was looking for there, but doesn't matter what I was looking for, because Michael Frey has found himself a 1 minute 51.8. Pascal Giroud's come fine by, so is Grantis Carrera. He's done a 51.8 as well. That must have been his first flying lap. 51.892. He's still got time for another one. So is Giroud. Got time to finish this one. Giroud up to third. Florence up to fourth. Now ahead of Waster in fifth. Kren finds himself down in sixth position. We have 28 of the 29 drivers with a time set so far. It's only Ali Sinar looking to set a time. What have we got for the slowest? We've got Felix France for Callet, 2 minute .697. That's considerable distance. Very, very, very close between the top two. It is absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. So much work being put into these the driving at the minute, and they're this close. It never fails to blow my mind. With a whole lot of spray kicking off the back. And out the front of the cars ahead. That's a qualifying session done and dusted. Michael Frey is in the pits. He's done. Carreras is a 10th up. Wow. Absolute full commitment and absolute lack of professional from the commentator. It is just breathtaking stuff that he's keeping this car going with this amount of momentum in these conditions. He is into the RACC chicane. Firm but fair on the accelerator. Through New Holland he goes. He's got 2 tenths. He's found another couple of tenths coming into the last corners. A straight drag race for the line and for pole position, and it is Grantis Carrera working wonders behind the wheel again with a 51.680. Wassner is already done. Jan Boucher has still got himself a time. That is incredible. Carreras and Frey, what a race this is going to be between these two. Out into the RACC chicane, is Boucher. Petuche ahead of him. Is up on his time, but showing as a checker flag. I'm not sure if his time will count. Boucher's well, if he can navigate these final curves, which he does, and he goes up. He goes ahead of Petuche at the death. Slade into the pits. Cantala looking for a big jump at the death as well, from 26th place to 24th. So it is Carreras that brings home the bacon here in round number 4 of the Carrera Cup by PTT. I really need to turn that spotter off. Astute observations from the spotter, although the one about the curbs, I'm not 100% sure the driver's actually got that memo. Let's have a look and see the starting grid. That is somewhat of an awkward operation. Bear with me a moment. There we go then, confirmation Carreras starting at the front end of the grid. He'll be joined on the front row by Michael Frey. Ridiculously close in the qualifying. We'll see how it plays out on track between the two of them. Max Florens for LFM Esports on row number 2. He'll be joined there, official work, by Sasha Wassner. On row number 3 it's going to be Leon Kren. A very good time for Leon and a good position to be starting from as well. Pascal Giroud for Firefly Racing. Row number 3 for Pascal this time around. In 7th place, right at the death there, Jan Boucher. The Eurobeat intensifies, picking up a good time at the death in quali. Sticking together, we go. Mika Petouche. Also driving for race place in 8th. Jason Lenz for Colourworks Racing Team, 9th position. And rounding out the top 10, it is Octavian Penetroy. In 11th position, you've got David Rancano. There we go, cheeky little flash of the lights, loving that livery. Dario Shins is going to start in 12th place this week. Mario Hoffman, another one of the Colourworks Racing Team, the Ladybug liveries, which, yeah, just incredible on these postcards. 13th place, Robert Wiedbeck starting in 14th position. A lot of brake squealing to come, we'll turn that down a little bit. Zero left, and it is Zohan Fit behind the wheel starting in 15th place. 16th is Max Rainman, and we'll see if he lives up to his name, starting in 16th at the moment. Or starting the race in 16th, no, at the moment he is in 16th. Medica starting in 17th place, and then it is Radstrom in 18th position. 19th. It is Pedro Grohl. And rounding out the top 20, Fabian Gross. For a 30-minute race in these conditions, it just might be. Lauri Sipanen, sorry. Got that one massively incorrect. 21st place. In 22nd position is Bjarne Hodap for the Engine Stuttgart EV team. In 22nd place, we've got ourselves Alexa Starchevich. And then the 24th, it is Sergio Cartaya. Team No Grip Motorsports, very appropriate for this evening's race. Peter Malman for AMR, Team AMR Germany, no less, another nice livery. And starting in 25th, Dexter Slade in all pink Porsche for Prototype Racers of Germany, 26th position. 27th, my apologies, we've jumped a bit there. Andrew Barling in 28th. 27th, sorry, Sinar is in 28th position. Sorry, Frank bringing up the rear of the grid. We are very nearly at the start of the race. Oh no, sorry, we're just pulling in to La Caixa. We do need to close that. Excellent. Hello again to everyone in chat. Let me know if you are cheering on anyone in particular. The Carrera Cup by PTT. A day out driving the actual Porsche Carrera Cup car at the Silesia Ring in Poland, up for grabs. One of those in the hunt for it certainly at the moment, Abe Santema. This is going to be a drop round for him. He's not here this evening, so Caracas will look to maximise his grip on the top with a race win here, no doubt. Getting the first part of that done with an absolutely solid effort in qualifying. You absolutely love to see these conditions as a viewer. The drivers potentially not so much. We'll see how this unfolds. We can see off the back of Caracas here, even at these low speeds, that's a whole lot of spray on the way. Here we go then, it's green flags, it's foot down, it's flat out, and it is flying in air quotes into turn number 1. They all instantly move on to the alleged drier part of the circuit. Caracas now moving over to take his offensive move. Has he been sold a dummy here as Max Florence for LFM Esport about to lose a position? Michael Frey, won't gain a position. Samuel Wassner gaining a position, and Jan Boucher as well. Oh, we've got a car sideways. That's going to cause a concertina effect potentially. Not everyone's made it through. Cheeky little bit of a rejoin, but that's Leon Kren. So Leon Kren, he's been overtaken by the Colourworks team as well. Grantis Caracas with a worldie of a start as we've come up through Repsol. It looks absolutely stunning in these conditions. The drivers maybe not so appreciative of the views as we are, but there is the rear spoiler of our championship and joint championship and race leader Frey in second place, Florence in third. We've got Wassner in fourth place, Boucher in fifth, Petouche in sixth position, Giraud in seventh, it's Penetroy in eighth, and Rancano in ninth, Shins, followed by Wiedbeck, Hoffman, Lons, Rainman, Gross, Sepanen up a position as well. Pedro Paul looks like he's dropped a spot or two. Sarkiewicz and Cartayo. Oh, we've got Mikey Petouche with a yellow flag. He's just running out wide there. Sorry, that's not Petouche. That is in fact Penetroy. So he's lost a couple of positions there with some shimmying and shaking. Leon Crane losing more positions. I can't even keep up with him. He's tumbling down the order. Is so unfit. He's ended up right off the track there. There's absolute carnage. And that is one of the ladybugs. Usually they do enjoy the wet weather out in the foliage. Not so much today. Out in the foliage and completely stationary as there is so much going on. We've got Micah Petouche down in 28th place and Mario Hoffman bringing up the rear of the field. So both of the ladybugs falling by the wayside in the opening exchanges. I was trying to think of some clever nature type pun there, but not to be. Jason Lons, two of the colourless cars. Jason Lons still running in 14th, but he is down a net 3 positions as he runs deep into turn number 1, tries to go for the send. Absolutely no way you're finding that amount of grip in these conditions on those tyres. I don't care how good you are or how good your brake pedal is, that just ain't happening. And that is a whole lot of positions to lose. Out on the outside, you want to be maximising your grip on the tarmac. You do not want to be out on the paint. You can see just how much it compromises your top end speed or your acceleration, which then obviously impacts your top end speed. And yeah, it's a whole lot of wet surface and not a lot of grip. Pascal Giraud finding no grip either, and he finds himself down a spot. No, he doesn't. He's back up again. He's back down again. Rancano on an absolute run in the opening exchange as he gives a flash of the lights in the grid walk, and he's certainly flashed his rear lights at several of the field. He's made it up 5 since the start of the race. Penetroy right on the back of the battle between them as he goes full send up the inside. Has he managed to get the car rotated? He certainly has. Rexy on the outside, leaving just enough room for the two of them to tango on their way through, and all that's done is confirmed the position for Rancano, who's got a beautiful rear spoiler and a beautiful view as far as he's concerned over that rear spoiler. Grantis Karekis has got the best view in the house though. He is coming round to end lap number 2 full sideways on that exit curve from Karekis. Absolutely no fear whatsoever as he crosses the line to lead at the start of lap number 3. Frey in second, Florence in third place. Sasha Wassner keeping it as you were up at the top of the grid. The top 4 still all of running where they started. Then it is the tomfoolery of the rest of the field. Jan Boucher making his way up to 5th position. So phenomenal start from him. Pascal Giraud hanging on to 6th place for the moment, but he's fending off David Rancano, who's now up to 7th. So he's lost the position in the past few corners, but he's still up 4. That is phenomenal in this grid to get into the top 10. Penetroy in the top 10 as well, up to Shins and Rainman. He is living up to the name for sure. He is up 6 places to 10th place. Fabian Gross though taking the honours for most overtakes in the opening exchanges. The force is strong with this one. Oh yes indeed, Fabian Gross up 9 spots and chasing down Rainman, although Robert Wiedbeck, who's no stranger to an overtake so far himself, is certainly looking to continue his trend. He's up to Lauri Sepanen up 8 to 13th, getting ahead of himself there. Pedro Paul and Bjorn Hodap up 5 and 7, and then it is Leon Kren who's back to 11th position, so we'll check that there. Sinar, sorry, my apologies. Ali Sinar has absolutely made hay while the rain is falling. He's up 11. So started in 28th, dead last. He truly is strong with the force, that is for sure. Karekis, the strongest with the force at the minute. He has got himself an impressive gap of 1.6 seconds already, even in these early stages around this tricky course in these conditions. You would say it's his race to lose, given the pace that he's showing. Michael Frey certainly no slouch behind him, but another 3/10 down on Carreras' lap time there. We do have a battle going on just outside the top 15 with Medici and Zohan Fit as well. It's got a ladybug firmly in his sights into turn number 1. It's going to be a brave one. Mike Petouche has got a grandstand view of this one with a whole lot of spray coming up from both cars. He follows through on the inside, tries to take the position from the Colourworks team as well. Has he got him on the cutback? Colourworks have over-defended that one ever so slightly. It's opened up the cutback onto the outside line of Renault. Not too shabby at all. And he's managed to hold on to it. So much more grip the further out you go, and yeah, Jason Lons there finding out the hard way. The inside line not the easiest, and that is very sideways as well. Those tyres kicking out and losing a hatful of time. Medici losing no time. Oh, we've got Vadebeck looking for a move, and we've got Leon Crane involved in a battle as well. We could throw a stick down the field. We've got our cars within a couple of tenths, apart from up at the front. It's oh, now that looks like a bit of an incident. Nope, Daniel Medici. Yeah, all over the back of Ali Sinar. Sinar, as I say, up 11 spots so far. So a very, very, very good opening to the race. He has got the ability to choose his battles, which he does. He sees Medici up the inside and says, well, if you want the spot, there is the line you're going to have to take. Medici does indeed take it, and but Sinar, wily campaigner, he knows that if he holds that line he's going to get the spot back, which he does. Let's see if we see any action through the RACC chicane. No, Medici just dropping ever so slightly back, and that's going to bring Zohan Fit into contention for this out of New Holland. This is going to be a fiery one, or could potentially be a fiery one into turn 1. Oh, especially with Medici just getting on the other side of the curbs there. That may even be a track warning from the stewards. Yeah, the Eagle Eye, I didn't mean to pick up on it, but we are going to see the range stop in about 10 minutes, so that's obviously why the driver's out on the dry tyres. The changeable weather conditions. So yeah, so they should have at least half of the race with no rain falling. Oh, Zohan Fit, he was looking good to try and get the overtake done, but he's been overtaken. Michael Petouche comes flying back in. Has he gone too deep? He has indeed. He's run that wide, couldn't get the car stopped and rotated. Not quite got the grip for that yet at the moment, Mike, I'm afraid. He's a bit far back there, doesn't matter, an inch to make that one stick. Absolutely everything is sticking for Carreras at the moment. He's already got a 2-second gap, so we'll jump back to Wiedbeck, who's got himself onto the back of Fabian Gross. These two, as we've seen, no strangers to the overtake so far. Gross up 9 positions, Wiedbeck up 2, so yeah, good moves being made, as we see in the background. That is Kren going past Pedro Proll. Proll making good advances through the field at the start of the race. Kren, of course, tumbling down the order. That's 3 spots he's made up in fairly short order. Sapanen losing a couple of spots. Zohan Fit still having an almighty battle, and it's now a 3-way battle as Mikey Petouche gets himself involved, showing a lot of pace over the drivers in this section of the standings. And that is a bit of a moment there from Zohan Fit, and that's a big moment there from Mikey Petouche. He almost loses it through the RACC chicane. It's a ropey entry into New Holland. Daniel Medici certainly won't be overly saddened by that one, as Petouche and Fit both lose time to Mario Hoffman coming back through the field as well. So yeah, Hoffman making good moves back through the field to recover from his position. Felix Frank, though, good start to the race, tailing off ever so slightly now. He's lost himself some positions recently. Carreras and all the way down to Gross in 11th. Past couple of laps they have been running nose to tail, but is Leon Crane that is still looking very quick indeed. Good rear view mirror. I mean, he really is pressing the buttons there. He does seem to have a bit more pace than Gross at the minute. Can Wiedbeck be the fly in the ointment for both of them? Much more liberal use of the curbs by Kren, the flyby esports driver. As I say, I've just said it there, he is definitely quicker than the driver ahead. He's using so much more of the curbs, carrying so much more momentum in the corners. It's just getting the move done. Tries to press the issue on the way into Le Cakes. Not much of a battle put up there from Gross. Not much he could do, to be fair. Kren appeared alongside him, and rather than risk contact, Gross left the room and let him through. Gross now under serious pressure from Wiedbeck and Pedro Proel. So if anything, not only has Leon Kren got himself a few overtakes, he's brought this group very close together once again. Sapanen, he'll be another driver that's looking to get himself some positions back. He's had an interesting got an up and down start to the race. He propelled himself through the field at the start. He's lost 2 positions in the last 4 laps. One of those, of course, is to Leon Kren, who's very quickly making his way back up to the top 10. He's got Rainman ahead of him. So got a bit of work out to him, but he's on the move. He is on the move. Grantas Carrera is now up to 4 seconds. Yeah, absolute masterclass in wet driving. It does look like we do still have a very small amount of rain falling from the sky. The 10-minute promise of clouds. Oh, we've got a car completely stationary. Oh, it's Micah Patouche. Oh, and he's disconnected. Let me see. So let's see what's happening here. Doesn't look to be anyone nearby. Yeah, no, he just pulls over. Yeah, Micah Patouche out of the race. If anyone in the chat knows, do feel free to let us know. Oh, Fabian Gross and Wiedbeck, I believe, have just swapped positions. Yes, they have. So Wiedbeck has made his way past Gross. Gross now got Proel and Sapanen, and I tell you, they've got Hold Up closing up as well. So the track is quickening. I mean, there really isn't a lot of rain falling. Now, as we've seen, Starchevich in 23rd. We're about to potentially see an overtake. Millman versus Starchevich. Starchevich currently running in 23rd. Back up 2 spots, back to where they started in 23rd place. Malman up 3 spots so far, 2 of them in the last 5 laps. So a good stint of the race and enjoying the changing conditions. Certainly seem to be going to a place that Lons, not Lons, sorry, Lons is the driver in the foreground, but that Ladybug logo, livery, really has captivated my imagination. Sapanen, I saw red there. Yeah, we'll see what's going on there. Kavakis is still absolutely killing it over the front of the field. 7 tenths quicker than Michael Frey on the previous lap there. Max Florence actually matching Frey for lap time on that previous lap. So Frey needs to be absolutely on the ball if he's going to secure podium. Sacha Waster in 4th, Jan Boucher still rounding out the top 5. Oh, potential overtake in the top 10. Fabian Gross and Pedro Proel going side by side. As I'm looking at the timing tower, these two are getting it done on track, as we see, or will see, Penetroin Shins going at it as well. Pedro Proel, 13th position. Has Fabian Gross lost too much pace? Are we about to see Sapanen get the move done? An ever-changing track now sees no rain falling from the sky. We've got 14.5 minutes for the track to dry. He's a poet and he doesn't know it, but he often does like to show it. Out with the last corner, it is Proel, Gross and Sapanen. 15th position for Sapanen. Oh, and he moves over. Breaking the slipstream, looking for the wetter part of the track to cool the tyres. Bit early to be cooling the tyres. So yeah, just trying to break whatever slipstream the Porsches have. I'm not sure I'd want too much slipstream benefit going into turn 1 in wet conditions, to be fair. It's a lot more work for the tyres to do. You can certainly keep it spicy. Dario Shin, sorry, we'll get back onto this battle as well. We've this one's been going for a bit of time. Sapanen and Gross are still going at it, and Jason Lons is dropping down the order. And Catala, Catala in the pits. So Cartala has come into the pits. That's not what you need. Certainly when it's not mandated. Sinar looking for an overtake. Still up 9 spots. Lost a couple of positions, but still inside the top 20. So a great race for Sinar so far. Hoda, Medica, Sapanen and Gross, where the main contention of positions is taking place at the moment. 13 to go. Caracas is but a dim and distant memory. He's already practicing for next week's race. Frey in second, Florence in third, Wastner in fourth position, and Jan Boucher in fifth place. Pascal Giroux 1.8 seconds down. Shins and Penetroy again moves firmly over. Let's get a look and see. So you can see there as well, not much spray coming off the back of the cars now. Certainly nowhere near what was seen earlier. The track is already up to damp, and Shins there using the old flashing of the lights, trying to distract the driver ahead of him. Not working though. Penetroy holding absolutely firm at the moment. Cartala is back out of the pits, good to see. Oh, and he's gone for the inside there. That is a big mistake there by Octavian Penetroy, and that is a very easy overtake in the end for Shins. Well, I say very easy in these conditions, nothing's easy, but it does get that one round the outside up through turn 3, and that is very nicely done indeed. It's got another yellow flag out on track. Oh, and that is a painful one. That's Cartala freshly out of the pits and firmly into the wall there through turn number 8. Absolutely not what you need. Let's have a look and see. Pedro Prol and Wiedbeck. These two just swap positions again. So much going on, I cannot keep up. Oh, Sapanen and Gross swap positions. So they're 14th and 15th. We've probably seen that. My brain genuinely, there's so much going on. Pascal Giroux within 1.6 seconds. Pedro Prol though a lot closer into the cakes. It doesn't find the move this time. Oh, maybe he does. I have spoken too soon once again. Another epic fail of a prediction brought to you by the Double O Raven, and that is a nice move by Pedro Prol. Kept the car between the Mayo and the Mustard, unlike Wiedbeck. Wiedbeck finds himself in 13th position and when under intense scrutiny from the headlights of one Lauri Sapanen. Daniel Medica as well catching up on the back of this little gaggle of cars, and Leon Crane on a charge. Is he going to find his way into the top 10 as we see someone almost finding their way into the barrier? It's Fabian Gross. Oh, and that's a huge tongue slapper. So many cars getting very close indeed. They have all survived, and Fabian Gross find himself with all kinds of issues here. Cars swerving left and right. This is slightly earlier. Oh no, this is Cartala. Fabian Gross, my apologies, we've popped it on replay. This is Cartala, you can see just losing the car through the exit of turn 3. 24, there we go. Cartala is having an absolutely horrendous time. Let's see what's going on with Fabian Gross. So there he's there. Please don't get caught out by the trees. On the way out in New Holland. Oh, so he's a little bit wide there, and yep, that's not going to do it. Just to show you what fine margins we need to run. And oh, that is incredible avoiding action there by the Colourworks car. We did see that in real time, but that really gives you a sense of how close that was. Again, the conditions. Have I reiterated those enough yet? Probably not for my liking. Let's see what's going on here, because it was all very close. Saikkonen finds himself overtaken by Medici. Medici looking to take spots back and managing to, or sorry, continue to take spots, starting in 17th place. Did drop down a few positions, but is back up and on a charge, up to 14th place. So great overall performance. Jan Boucher still up those 2 spots. Carrera still in an absolute league of his own, and Shins trying to find his way up to 7th at the expense of David Rancano. So that one is still absolutely all going off. I mean, there's certainly no chance that Shins is going to miss anything that Rancano does. Oh, and he's almost hit the back of him there as I look away again at the timing tower. Rancano, he got off the driving line to break the slipstream. As he moved back on the driving line, it really unsettled the car. It's almost put him into the wall and very nearly put him into the front passenger seat of Dario Shins. He very nearly joined us in the passenger seat there. As we head up through turn number 8, and I tell you what, Dario Shins will be loving seeing that. He now knows that Rancano has got a mistake in him. He just needs to hang there, although he may need to push the boat out ever so slightly because Leon Crane is closing in. He's in the top 10 and he looks like he wants more. And yeah, given that he's about 7/10 to a second, 1.3 seconds quicker than the 2 drivers ahead, maybe sooner rather than later, as Medici and Wiedbeck go side by side. Not the most opportunity point to do that, but they both come out surviving there. Stepanin has been dropped down a bit, so let's jump on board with Medici and see how this one goes. Again, taking a different line to try and defend, or try and find a more preferable part of the tarmac to drive on. Wind's picked up a little bit as well. Actually, we're up to 9 kilometres an hour, so up 1. We're going to get rain in 30 minutes. The race done, of course, in 7 minutes. So that won't be of much concern to the drivers, so they'll be cracking on with the conditions of effect. There really is no given an aluminium flight rig, isn't there? It's like I forget that mouse mat is there. Over onto the right hand side of the track we go once again. Are we going to see any corner entry issues for either of the drivers? Wiedbeck, Medici thinking about a move on the inside line. He's going to hold the curb. He's going to hold that inside line. Wiedbeck is going to make sure he holds the racing line. Medici, is this just playing at the hands of Stepanin? Let's take a look at this from his point of view. He is not quite going to be able to make the most of this one, but Wiedbeck does find himself falling behind Daniel Medici. That is, what, 6 minutes to go, and that is a very handy overtake indeed. Beautiful work there by Medici, and Sauerbrunn doing well to keep up. Let's see what's going on with Penetroy and Shins. It's a reverse of the battle between those two. That is Rancano in the foreground, just coming into the cakes, followed by Shins, Penetroy, and Leon on a charge. Crane, he's got that gap to below 2 seconds, so definitely something these drivers ahead need to be thinking about with the time that we've got left and the lap time differential. Starchevich looking for a late overtake as well. Fabian Gross managing to gather himself back up in 20th place. Of course, dropping 9. Heartbreaking. They started in 20th, now back down into 20th position. But Starchevich, who's started in 23rd, is up to 21st, and this looks like it's going to get done and dusted into the cakes already, and it really is. Starchevich making a short work of that one. And yeah, Gross actually did lose a bit of pace. I didn't say didn't lose much pace, but actually did on the exit. Karekis is going from strength to strength to strength to strength. He is absolutely destroying the rest of the field. Oh, Mario Hoffman is threatening an overtake though, so we will jump away once again from the race leader, who's put on a flawless performance and has never been on screen. Oh, Stepanin and Wiedbeck now find themselves being evaded by Hofwerk. It is the Ladybug ball as the Ladybug takes almost all its position. from Wiedbeck potentially, and yes it is. Position from Wiedbeck, that is now Sepanen just ahead. Mario Hoffman looking to make back some places. Of course, dropped 10 spots down the field. Started in 13th, and that's Mario back up to 15th position with another spot, in fact 2 spots, not too far ahead. Yeah, need to keep the concentration here though. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. You could push and try and get past Medici as well, or just try and secure an overtake on Sepanen anyway. Do you force the overtake on Sepanen to give yourself a hope of catching to Medici, or do you just accept the fact that 3.5 minutes will go for the position on Sepanen and hope that potentially hope that even Medici makes a mistake? 3.5 minutes to make his move. This is the closest battle that we've got on screen. 7.6 seconds is now the gap that Grantas Carrera has. Hoffman, yeah, sorry, we're going to need to just jump back here. We will get a look at some other cars in a moment when we don't have battles going on, but out in New Holland we most definitely do. Robert Welbeck is not far behind here either. Oh, there could be some more changes in the top 15, that's for sure. Into turn number 1, Ladybug goes full send, and not much of a defence put up there, has to be said, by Sepanen. I think he knows he's absolutely caught for pace, and the Colourworks Racing team's Mario Hoffman making back another spot. So a tough race, no doubt, but a phenomenal recovery drive from Mario after a tough start to the race, and that is another place he's made back. Has he got the pace to catch up to Daniel Medici? 2.1 seconds down. And yeah, they are fairly evenly matched for pace, so uphill task from here. We'll keep an eye in the closing stages. A bit more time with Carracas on screen. Another lap under his belt, a 1 minute 51.2. Michael Frey comes across the line with a 51.6. So not a world away from Carracas' pace. With that 8-second gap, unlikely to overturn. Oh, we almost had shins overturn there. A little bit of a wiggle on the way down to the RACC chicane. David Roncano looks like he's got a bit of a fight on his hands for 7th position. Penetroy 1.3 seconds back, trying to catch up to some slips even at the back of the field. We've actually lost another couple of drivers. We'll get those confirmed in the final results. Felix Frank though looking to get himself up to 24th position. It's Dexter Slade and the race leader. There we go, race leader just blue flagging his way through. So that's separated that little battle for the moment. Dario Shins still within 7 seconds, still within the top 10. So yeah, it's another one of those for me. Bird in the hand, worth 2 in the bush. Do you just hold position here and potentially hope for a mistake, bring home what you've got if you get something good, or do you try and force the issue on the final lap and bring home a few extra points? How brave do you get with the grip of the car given the changing conditions? It's clearly improving given the lap times are tumbling for the entire grid, but how much faith do you put your overall how much faith do you put in that for your overall finishing position when there is a day out at a racetrack in Poland in the Post Cup cars? And it looks like Leon Kren absolutely going for it. He's going for the latter. There's been a bit of contact on the way into Lakesa, as you would expect here. We've also got a yellow flag for Pascal Giraud. Let's make sure Grantas Carracas, he's going to cross the line here, and he's going to take the checkered flag. We very nearly missed that. We've got a battle going on with Leon Kren. He's still absolutely nose to tail. Oh no, sorry, Carracas is just on the last lap now. I got my corners completely wrong with the angle there. So Penetroy, he's popped a yellow flag. Pascal Giraud now all over the back of Pascal Giraud. Roncano on the back of Giraud into the final corner, into the first corner on the final lap. Here we go, he sends him to the outside line. Rancano will be hoping for some kind of cutback on the exit here. So more side by side in the background. Leon Crenn really trying to get this job done and get himself further into the top 10 if he can. And he snakes one through Elf. Absolutely beautifully done there. Let's see what Rancano can do against Pascal Giraud. Is he going to be able to get the job done there? Where is Carrera? He's through like cakes as Rancano. Oh, he's almost through the back of that Porsche once again. Dario Shins joining in this battle as well. Penetroy and Leon Crenn are still within a couple of tenths of one another, and Felix Frank, Cartaya in the pits, Frank and Slade very close to the two of them as well. It's all still kicking off down through the field, so we'll have a quick flick down, see if we do get any overtakes. But what we do know up at the front, absolute masterclass once again. Grantas Carrera in difficult conditions with dry tyres right through the race. Took pole position and brings home a commanding 10-second lead after 30 minutes at Barcelona. A well-deserved second for Michael Frey, with Max Florence in third place, Sasha Waston in fourth, Boucher in fifth. Giraud does look like he is going to maintain the position ahead of Rancano. Can Rancano fend off Dario Shins into the final chicane? Oh, and he's run deep. Never mind that. I said that he's looking good to hold on to that, but he's not. Pascal Giraud almost spins it through the RACC chicane, so it is going to be a drag race with David Rancano, but not the one we were expecting with Shins. It is in fact going to be Pascal Giraud that fends him off. David Rancano in 7th, Shins in 8th place. Leon Crenn gets himself the 9th with Penetroy at less than half a second behind. We'll get a full rundown of the results of that very shortly. Let's at least give him some camera time now, shall we? Absolutely incredible work from Grantas Carreras in the Visceral Esports Porsche Cup car. All hail. Took pole position, took the trifecta. The Holy Trinity indeed. 1 minute 50.405 for his fastest lap in the race. Took pole in qualifying as well, and absolutely dominated the race from start to finish to bring home that 10th first place finish in round number 5 of the Carrera Cup by PTT. We'll get you the full results in a moment. There we go, sorry, production truck working furiously in the background once again. As I say, we'll get the full results up on screen. We'll get a few highlights as well. So they're not quite ready, but I can confirm, as we saw, it was Carreras, Frey, Florence and Wassner, the top 4 across the line. Boucher in 5th place, Giraud in 6th, Rancano in 7th, Shins in 8th, Crenn in 9th place, Penetroy crossing the line in 10th position ahead of Rainman. So Rainman somewhat living up to the name, given the position, made up, what, 6 spots there? So very good race indeed. And yeah, there we go, confirmation on screen. Carreras, Frey, Florence, Waster, Boucher, Giraud, Rancano, Shins, Crenn, Penetroy. Then it was Rainman, Prol, Mundicia, Hoffman and Supanen rounding out the top 15 with a solid 6 positions gained during the race. Again, not bad in the top split. Wiedbeck in 16th, Sinar with 11 places to finish in 17th, ahead of Fit, Hodap and Starchevich rounding out the top 20. Lons and Malman 21st and 22nd. Gross ended up down 3 to 23rd with Slade and Frank 24th and 25th place. And yeah, the other 3 behind them not finishing the race. We'll get a look at the championship standings in a moment, but quick reminder, the drivers, of course, taking part in the Carrera Cup by PTT Racing. That is Barcelona joining the Red Bull Ring, Hungaroring Ring, Valencia and Misano in the rear view mirror. We look ahead to Zandvoort, where the drivers will once again put their skills on the line to try and win that Silesia Ring Track Day, courtesy of PTT Racing. I hope you can hear the genuine smile on my face. That is an absolutely incredible prize for the drivers. We all know who is leading at the moment. Grantas Karekas. He led going into this. Santema not racing this evening. This is the previous race. Yeah, so that's the standing, sorry, before the previous race. Just need to do some prep for the next one. So what we will do... we'll bring the championship standings up in una momento once they've cleared. Once they've cleared on the website, and then of course we will be back for the caseking.de Pro Series. There we go then, apologies, just getting a few things set. We've got the standings though after those rounds. Karekas confirmed up at the top. Leon Kren makes his way up to second. Giro third. Boucher has gotten himself into fourth position with Santema dropping to 5th place. Of course, there is a drop round in the series. Yeah, there is a drop round in the series. Sorry, bear with me a moment. Apologies, yep, technology catching up with me there. But yeah, that is the standings for the Carrera Cup by PTT. The day out driving up for grabs is now, of course, though, time for the Case King. CaseKing.de Pro Series. We've got ourselves Brands Hatch this evening to look forward to. That is going to be an absolute banger. So we'll see how this one plays out tonight. Silverstone, the Nordslife, that one a longer race for the drivers to deal with. 90 minutes, no reverse order grid. Valencia, Suzuka, Hungaroring, Paul Ricard. Week 12 to be decided, the same as the Porsches. The final round, 90 minutes of Monza. So make sure you're set for that one. Of course, last time out, the drivers found themselves at Watkins Glen. It was Grantas Carracas bringing home the win. Castorino in second place. Van Rossen rounding out the podium. Zabo and Foss 4th and 5th position. And we'll get a look at the standings as well. And in the standings going into round number 5, after the 8 races, it's Castorino leading the way with Carracas in second place, Delfant in third and Van Rossen in fourth, João Cavaca in 5th position, Wasser van der Meer, Lindholm, Duvillier and Samir Foch all finding themselves in the top 10. As I say, we're going to very quickly jump over to the qualifying session. It will be round number 5. It will be Brands Hatch, and it will be 2 races, all as part, of course, of the LFM Season 20. Welcome back. We are indeed at Brands Hatch. The drivers out getting some last minute practice in. There we go. After all that preparation, still managed to catch myself out. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. But yeah, the drivers Outward track, as you can see, they've got 3 minutes left. Brands Hatch, reasonable weather conditions, to say the least. Looks like all of the big guns are out. We've also got Jaroslav Honzig making an appearance this evening in the Lexus. It's going to be interesting to see how quick that thing's going to go around here. Not the longest of the track. Jan Boucher, Sasha Wassner, all in the service, straight from the Porsche Cup cars. So to Kavaka, we've got Samir Foch in this evening. Van der Meer is in as well. Of course, Amadeo Castorino we were recently on board with, as Castorino does set the quickest time in practice so far. Sean, hi, what's your thought on Rennsport? I'm going to be absolutely honest, Sean. I have zero experience, I'm afraid to say, with Rennsport. It's not one that I've looked at. I unfortunately don't get to do a lot of racing myself, and when I do, it's the F4s on Race Room. So yes, as I say, yeah, no experience with it whatsoever. Is it one you've played yourself? What are your thoughts on Rennsport yourself? I've recently dabbled in LMU, broadcast-wise. Haven't raced that one either, unfortunately. That is that, and that is that. Excelente. The drivers in this one as well. Prizes up for grabs, of course, thanks to caseking.de. Jump over to their website. Audi's LCD GX gaming headphones for third place. In second place is the Nitro Concepts E-Racer Immersion Meta Haptics Bundle. Not bad at all. And for first place in the series, €2,500 voucher to spend at caseking.de. So again, huge thanks to the sponsors for the prizes. It generates quite the competition. There's Michael Frey, made his way in as well. He is in a Porsche. Absolutely, absolute shock horror on that one. Yeah, no, nobody. No, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. We do seem to be missing the Brands Hatch visuals. Yeah, we'll have to look into that one. It's been quite the calendar as well, the 13 rounds, of course. We've still got round 12 to be decided. But Spa Donington with the reverse order grid, fantastic fun. Imola, Watkins Glen and Brands Hatch this evening. It will be the usual format for this evening's race. Or races, sorry. Which will, and the same next week at Silverstone, a 20-minute race, qualifying session, a 20-minute race, and then race number 2 is a 40-minute race with a mandatory pit stop, but the finishing order from race 1 is employed, and at which point the top 15 are reversed. Northslife for round number 7, so just after the halfway mark of the season. That indeed is when the drivers will be out for 90 minutes. That will be the first of 2 90-minute races for the drivers to navigate for the season. Yeah, so we're going to see a lot of yellow flags in a moment, don't worry. They've not all gone mass maniac. They'll all be slowing up at the final corner. It's a very short track around here. We're going to see some very, very, very quick times. They're going to get a lot. There's got the possibility to get a whole lot of laps done during the quali. But it's going to be a very busy track. We can see a few stragglers down at the back of the field there, just coming out of the pits that little bit later to try and get themselves some track position, some clear track ahead of them. That is Cole Bath is one of them, and Constantis Angel is another one. And here we go. The drivers all starting to slow up. It's actually Kavaka who is the first driver across the line to start a flying lap. He's going to be followed by Zaza. Varadi as well. A couple of new names here. Philip Richter, been a while at Speed Racing. Julk van der Meer for Axe Racing Team in the Honda. Jan Boucher and Delphant out for Energy Sim Racing. He does love a reverse order grid, does Eric? We'll see how he gets on at Brands tonight. It really is a Marmite track, this one. It is so short. So short, as we've already got a time in. 1 minute 27.3. I do think we will see a fairly drastic improvement on that. 29.1 and 29.7 for Zaza and Varadi. Kavaka, yeah, he's already a second and a half up. That time is going to absolutely tumble over the session. We're about to get much closer to the 24s, in fact. Yeah, very close to the 24s indeed. 20... Oh, wow. Yeah, we really did find some time. That's looking a bit better. 29.2, quickly followed by a 22.7 by Jan Boucher, who went past Van der Meer's 22.8. So yeah, we've got some more representative times coming in now. Samir Foss with a 47.9. I wouldn't say that was representative at all. We'll see that one improve. Michael Frey doesn't have a time set at the moment as Carrera takes the top spot, 22.5. Here comes a 28 degree track temperature. They'll definitely be heading quicker. Oh, and that's not a flying lap for Frey, so he's slowed up to let a few cars through. There is Carracas, fresh from the Porsche Cup car, straight into a Ferrari, completely different conditions, goes pole position. He is going purple, and I tell you what, Timon Stemmer here, the Petrol brothers, oh no, yellow flag, and back to the pits. He was going very, very, very quickly indeed. Varadi looking to jump on the bandwagon as well, just through Westfield Dingle-Dell, or as I like to unaffectionately call it, the triple right-handers from hell. Hellishly difficult corners. So we'll see how the times continue to tumble. Nope, we're all good on that front as well. Stemmer just coming out of the pits. Carracas has been overtaken by Delphant, but he's taken the spot back in the end. 22.005. Delphant with a 22.177. Matasia Meeks 22.3. Samir Foss 22.3. Jaroslav Honzig at 22.5. So only 300 separating Foss and Honzig from the second on the second and third row. Then Jan Boucher with a 22.5 as well. So 3 drivers on 22.5. So we'll see what else is going on. Castorino, Bellick with a yellow flag, up to 5th though. Castorino with 4.10, he's looking to get a low 22 himself. We've now got, what, 9/10 of a second, 1 second exactly, separating the top 16 as more drivers get into the 22s. Kavaka looking to fight back as well. Samir Foss is going quicker also. But it is Castorino who is pulling some fair amount of G's out with that last corner. He keeps it close to the line. He crosses the line, goes second place. He too does a 22.0, but it's not quick enough. He is 300s behind Grantas Carracas. Honzig's gone quicker than Meeks. Honzig's gone quicker than Meeks and Bosch. We've still got 8 minutes left to go. Yeah, absolutely wildly close between the field. So yeah, let's have a quick look around. I will quickly top up my water. I get the feeling this is going to be an interesting evening of racing that we're going to see here, given how close these times are. Enjoy the onboards, as we will be, and we'll be back to see just how close it actually gets up at the top. So there we go, we do seem to be hitting a somewhat of a lull in the amount of times that we're seeing coming in. Everyone now got what does look like a representative time set. We've got 1.2 seconds separating the 25 drivers, which is not bad, and that may well get even closer. Carracas is atop the field with Castorino in second. Stemmer has got himself up to third place ahead of Delfant. Kavaka in fifth. Lindblom in sixth position, just coming out the pits, and Honzig now finds himself in seventh place. Get that off. Matej Meeks in eighth, and Van der Meer in ninth. Samir Foch rounding out the top 10 currently with a 122.4. Bellick and Boucher on 22.5s. Drivers on 22.6. You can see down the side there. Absolutely ridiculously close. The track temperature has dropped a degree. So helpful, but not massively. We'll see if the drivers can extract any more time out of the track. It certainly looks like Carracas is absolutely going for it. He does keep threatening a purple, and then disappears once again. Yeah, back on the purple train. Yeah, down at Pilgrim's Drop. Yeah, the Ferrari is going to be good around here. So's the McLaren. Oh, Castorino! Just with the yellow flag there. Let's see, can Carrera get into the 21s? That is the question that we're asking ourselves at the moment. And how is this reverse order grid going to look with it being so close? It's going to be absolutely wild. Michael Frey just with a yellow flag. We're going to stay on board with Carrera here. He is less than a tenth up on his lap, which could easily be enough to get him into the 1 minute 21s. He's going to cross the line and see no improvement. He lost it coming out of the last corner. Boucher and Bellick both making improvements on their time, and Sasha Wasner as well down in 20th position. The big bad Bentley at Brands Hatch, home soil as well. Nice little tickle on the grass there. So Wasner, yeah, a lot of fair bit to make up, although he's only 8 tenths behind. I mean, yeah, 20th position and 8 tenths behind. It is very, very, very close. Still only Wasner that's really threatening any kind of improvement here. And yeah, he's a clear 10th up. Whoa, yep. Not afraid in the slightest to exploit as much of the track limits as possible. Goes past one of the Lamborghini entries. We'll get the last 3 laps on as well. And he's done a 21. That is a 1 minute 21.985 for Carrera. So he's set himself a good time there, although, oh, Delphant having a dalliance with a purple sector there. He's another driver that's done a 22.0. 3 drivers have done a 22.0, and in fact Stemmer and Delphant have set exactly the same time with the 1 minute 22.097. Jay Stevens, 23.1. So about 2 seconds now the gap actually out of the 25 drivers. Michael Frey, only 9 tenths behind, yeah, second. Just over a second now, separating the top 24. Wild. Here comes Eric Delphant. In the closing stages, out of the final corner, he could put himself what could be considered some breathing space between himself and Carrera. He crosses the line and finds an improvement. He does a 1 minute 29 as well, but it's a 9.60. So on the penultimate qualifying lap, Delphant takes pole, but Carrera is going quicker again. Delphant is going to have the record for shortest pole position held at the end of a qualifying session, surely, as Carrera does a 1 minute 21.8. And he's got time to keep going. He's got time for another lap. Oh, Castorino's done. So Castorino's out of the qualifying hunt. So too is Konstantinos Angel in the pits. Stevens is in the pits as well. Silverio joining a gaggle of people in the pits. Honzig in the pits from 7th place. Delphant trying desperately to catch up to Carrera. I mean, Carrera might be trying to catch up with himself here. He is going so quick and he's threatening more purple times. Matasia Meeks is looking quick here as well. We've only got 2 drivers on 22.0 at the minute, and Matasia Meeks looks like he might be joining them. Van der Meer as well, going a 10th quicker. We've got another couple of changes. There's Cole Bath. Right at the death here, Cole Bath jumps up to 6th place. We're going to have to be very quick through the grid here. Of course, so hopefully we get in straight away. Oh, Matasia Meeks has lost some time. Meeks has lost some time and will not improve. Oh no, does improve. My apologies. Meeks does improve to 22.305 to go 7th. Van der Meer looking for a 2 tenths improvement to go 5th position. 22.155. Oh, you've got to love these quality sessions. Van Rossum out the last corner in the Ferrari, 1 minute 22.617 the current time. Crosses the line to see a 22.5, propelled Van Rossum up to 13th position. Michael Fraser in 15th, but it is all about that man Carrera this evening. Be it Porsche Cup cars, be it GT3s, there is absolutely no stopping Carrera in the slightest this evening. Right, we are going to have to do a very quick grid rundown when we get access to the cars. Yeah, so we will bring the quality results up in a moment. We'll try and get a run through the grid. The 32nd rule catching us out potentially this evening. We shall see, we shall see. We are here for round number 5 of the CaseKing.de Pro Series. €2,500 Euro voucher for Moza equipment on the CaseKing.de website for the series winner. Spa, Donington Park, Imola, Watkins, Glen have all seen the 20-minute, 40-minute race format with the top 15 reversed for race number 2. We will see that format again here this evening at Brands Hatch and Silverstone next week, and then the 20th of November, the first of 2 90-minute races. This one, of course, to mark the halfway mark of the series. Series which at the moment does see Amadeo Castorino top the table. Grantis Carracas in second place. It's Carracas in first and Castorino starting this one in third place tonight. So yeah, got his work cut out for him, although does he have his work cut out for him given how close these qualifying results and times have been. And there we go. Speaking of the results, there is confirmation of Carracas up at the top. Delphant, then Castorino, Stemmer in the top 5 with Van der Meer joining them. Kavaka, Kolbath, Meeks, Lindblom and Jaroslav Honzig rounding out the top 10 ahead of Bellick, Foch, Van Rossum and Wasner. Michael Frey in 16th. With Warmerdam in 17th, Pinzez in 18th, and Pluderman in 19th position. Angel rounding out the top 20. Silverio, Zaza, Varadi, Richter and Stevens all getting time sets. Only 1.2 seconds separating the entire 25 car grid here around Brands Hatch. A quintessentially British track, I think it's safe to say. A British Laguna Seca, or is Laguna Seca an American Brands Hatch? They share a lot of similarities, of course not the corkscrew, but certainly the elevation changes and the very short nature of the track. So we'll see how the drivers go on. No pit stop for them to navigate here in race number 1, but certainly race number 2 that is absolutely going to be on the cards. So we'll see how they navigate that. A 20-minute pit window in the middle of the 40-minute race. But a 20-minute race about to get started. And I think we can... no.
20 seconds.
Yeah, can't quite jump down onto the grid. We'll just give it a moment or two. It should tick over for us. There we go. So we'll get as many in as we can. 1 minute 21.8 for Carracas. Second place is, of course, Delphant. In third position is going to be Castorino. Another one on home soil there, and the McLaren. We'll see where the Bentley is in a moment. The Timon Stemmer in the Ferrari in 4th place. In the Honda, it is Van der Meer in 5th position. Sorry, in 6th place in the Ferrari is João Cavaca. 7th position remains Colbath. A good time at the end there, up to 7th place. Very nicely done indeed. Ahead of Matija Meeks in the Honda. 8th place for Meeks in race number 1. It is David Lindblom in the Honda for the Pixel Pilots in 9th position. And in 10th place is Jaroslav Honzig, Yardier community of course, in the Lexus. We've got a Lamborghini just outside the top 10. Kevin Pellick in 11th position. 12th place we do have Samir Foss, the LFM content creator, in 13th position, sorry. It's Unicorn Racing's Lauren Van Rossum. In 15th position in the Bentley, sorry, 14th position in the Bentley, it is Sasha Wassner. There is Jan Boucher. In 15th place, Michael Frey in 16th position. Got a bit of time to go, we should make it through here. Another Bentley, Lars Vammerdam, CLW Racing, 17th position. In 18th place, it's Adam Pinzez. Another Lamborghini in the top 20. We'll see what they can do through the tight, twisty track. The Apex Predators, they are certainly going to need to live up to their name tonight around here. Jens Pluderman in 19th place. In 20th position, Constantis Angel for Kick and Rush. 21st place, Miguel Silverio, another Lexus driver as the train comes round the last corner. There is Claudio Zaza. We might just get away with this. In 22nd place. 23rd is Zabolts Varadi in the McLaren. In 24th position for Pit Speed Racing is Philip Richter, and bringing up the rear of the field right as we are about to start, it is Jay Stevens for Slater Motorsport. But we'll get the camera up to the front, please. Here we go, and it is the green flags, and we are off. Oh, and a little bit of contact there between 5th and 6th. Of all nicely survived through turn number 1, a tricky turn number 1, if ever there was one. Carracas leading the way still. It is Delfant from Castorino Stemmer holding on to the spot, and Jaroslav Honzik up a position early doors, and he looks like he's fighting for his life to hold on to his Lindblom. Up into 11th position. Sorry, Lindblom down 2. Foch up 2. Van Rossum is falling down the order there. He's lost a lot of pace onto that bottom straight and into Surtees. He finds himself with the Pilgrim Drop Nightmare. He's got Michael Frey just ahead of him. Jan Boucher, who's dropped 2 positions in the opening exchanges, looking to gain some spots back. Matej Meeks and Jaroslav Honzik both with solid starts to the race. 2 of only 3 drivers making gains, or the only 2 drivers making gains in the top 10. Samir Foch has made his way in to the top 10 with a 2-spot overtaking excursion, but it's Grantas Carracas solidly leading the way from Eric Delfant and Amadeo Castorino. Timo Stemmer still in 4th, Van der Meer and Cavaca still exactly where they started. Penzez down in 18th, as we see all the cars coming along that final straight. Absolute side-by-side battles down the order as Zaza looks to get past Angel, looking to get past Alverio and Pluderman. Penzez has got himself a little bit of a breakaway. Jans Pluderman not so much into turn number 1. The Lexus having a look up the inside line, not close enough there. It did look like he was from that camera angle. Absolutely nose to tail up at the front of the field. Although to be fair, the biggest gap that we've got up at the front is the one that Grantas Carracas currently has over the chasing pack. He's already up to 0.7 of a second. Castorino got half that to Stemmer behind him, Meeks and Mateja. That's Van der Meer, sorry. Meeks being followed very closely down Pilgrim's Drop by Jaroslav Honzik. Samir Foch ridiculously close as you would expect in the opening laps. Wassner, Frey and Van Rossum popping a yellow flag there as we see the Bentley taking the position there, Van Darmer with the very nice move there to get past Jan Boucher, who finds himself down 2 spots. The Ferrari's looking good around here, but not falling into place for Boucher at the minute. Hammerdam with a spot up, and Van Rossum down 2 ahead of him. Michael Frey up 2 positions with Wassner up 1, trending towards the top 10, both of them. Samir Foch taking 2 positions as well. He's now got Lindblom and Bellick behind him, with Kolbath, who a good quality time. Unfortunately couldn't back it up in an opening couple of laps. He's dropped 2. Honzig and Meeks, the grateful recipients of those 2 positions. Grantis Carreras, would he be grateful for a bit of a challenge up at the front of the field? It's certainly Eric Delfant that is looking to be the driver to lead said charge at the moment. You can see now he has got himself a good gap back to Castorino. Castorino certainly can't say the same. Stemmer all over the back of him. The Petrol brothers looking very quick, and it's so close here as well, with Honzik, Meeks and Kavaka all over the back of Ulrich van der Meer in his Honda for AX. There is how close they are, coming through 6, 7 and 8. Again, the triple right-handers from hell, that one absolutely needs to be adopted by the racing community, because they are right-handers. There's 3 of them in a row and they are hellish. And then into the final left-hander. Along the straight we go. Delfant sets the quickest lap early doors with a 22.4 and does make a bit of ground ahead. Stemmer still all over the back of Castorino's head into turn number 1, but no overtakes at the moment. Boucher is still behind Verdammer, and Silverio has got Angel just behind. And in fact he's got Pluderman's number there into turn number 1. The Lexus getting the job done, and Angel could be looking to follow him. Does survive Claudio Zaza, Jay Stevens and Varadi down at the back of the field. We'll get back up to podium battles though, where Stemmer is climbing all over the back of Castorino as we head down Pilgrim's Drop on lap number 4. Carreras still sitting at 0.6 of a second, so Delfant absolutely matching him for pace at the moment. His own personal fastest lap at 22.477. Carreras at 22.377. Aha! As you would expect. Let's see what Honzig's got going on in the Lexus. Great rear view mirror in the Lexus as we head into Stirling's along clearways, which is not such a clear way for Honzig. At the minute there is a whole lot of mechanical engineering ahead of him. That's 2 Hondas sandwiching the Ferrari there. Van der Meer, Kavaka and Meeks. Honzig very close, and Kolbath pretty close as well, and he's going to be getting hurried along because Kevin Bellick, as we can see, just behind Lindblom and Foch, and they are right on the back of Kolbath. Some absolutely incredible battles and driving going on in the opening 6 minutes. 14 minutes left of this, and in the top 15 reverse order. So as things stand, Lawrence van Rossum, who's dropped 2 positions in the race, will be starting race number 2 in first place, as Waster and Frey ahead of him. Battle very hard indeed. It is currently Wassner that is winning that battle with the Porsche driving Frey. We'll need to jump back and look at Kavaka, Meeks and Honzig though, as they're all kicking up a bit of gravel from the sidings. Oh, and that is a wavered Lexus there. That was Honzig, I believe. It certainly was indeed. He almost had all 4 wheels on the grass there. Absolutely not the way to do it, as says that Lindblom. Yes, Lindblom on Foch and Kolbath, yeah, right on the back of Honzig. So it's absolutely kicking off just outside, or just inside the top 10, or just on the edge of the top 10. Lindblom on Foch, yes, and Kolbath on Honzig. Carreras has suddenly doubled the gap up to the rest of the field, and he's gone sub 1 minute 22, which is where he was getting to in quali. Exactly the same conditions as the fastest laps were set in quali, now that we're down to 27 degree track temperature. It is absolutely nose to tail still Let's see if we got a good front splitter cam. There we go. We'll jump on board with Lindblom, Foss, Kolbath, Honzig, Meeks, Kavaka and Van der Meer, all tantalisingly close. One slip by the drivers ahead and Lindblom is going to find himself with several, potentially several positions up for the taking. Down at the Pilgrim's Rock. That's another 2 minutes already gone. Again, reverse order grid is going to be fun. They're so liberal with the track limits. They're so brave on that grass. They can easily spin that car. Yeah, the 2.4 mile track seen a lot of action. You can see just how close the cars are on that track map on the right hand side. We are on to lap number 7 for the race leaders, and Jen, there really is not much separating them at all right through the field. Van Rossum to get himself past Michael Frey, who's been dropped by Sasha Wasner in his Bentley, and Angel trying to get his way past Pluderman of the Apex Predators if he can, but we're going to jump on board with Matej Meeks and João Cavaca, and it might be just in time to see him move potentially around the outside of Surtees. Nope, thinks better of it, but he's opened the corner up there. That is a shallow line being taken. Oh, I tell you what, it's a bit too deep of a line there, as out of absolutely no place, Jaroslav Honzik says thank you very much. He gets himself up to 7th place down the drop. That's not the overtake that Matej Meeks was picturing. Certainly with the way that one was going. Kolbath now finds himself with Meeks ahead, Cavaca, Lindblom and Foss swapping positions. So Lindblom getting a very nice move done, it seems. As, Samir Foss not done with this one himself. He's keen to get the spot back if he can. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle there as he's got Kevin Bellick firmly behind him now. But yeah, the Honda is going to have some good getaway speed here, and that is Samir Foss. 11th place now, so he'll start, what, 4th position in race number 2. We're at the halfway mark of race 1. Only 10 minutes to go. It's been prizes, but it also means starting positions for race 2. Let's see who's going to be starting where, and well, of course, by finding out who's going to be finishing where. Kolbath in 9th, Matej Meeks firmly in the middle of this group, so we'll jump on board there and take advantage of the rear view mirror in the Honda, where we can see Kolbath looming ever Lars, Honzik, Cavaca and Van der Meer tantalisingly close. The podium fairly equilibriously spread out, about 1.7 seconds on average, although Delphan's just suddenly found a couple of tens through a twistier section. And that's back out to 1.5 seconds. We of course just had the Porsche Cup race. Carreras didn't get much camera time on that one. He is led from start to finish here, hasn't run much time in that Ferrari. I mean, I know I'm Ferrari biased, but given the action that we've seen, it's hard to just watch the race leader run away with it. We'll see what Bellick, Wasner, Foss and Lindblom have got in the closing stages. Cavaca as well, all over the back of Van der Meer, as Jaroslav Honzik going to find himself with a cheeky double overtake. Genuinely stalling. I've no idea where to look, because I tell you what, Angel, Richter, Stevens and Pluderman are having themselves an almighty tussle down at the back of the field. Claudio Zaza bringing up the rear of the field. A sudden incident and dropped down a bit. Not many accidents in the grand scheme of things. I mean, this is, as we've seen, a very tight and twisty course. It is so easy to make a minor mistake and have huge ramifications. All of that being avoided so far by all out on track. Oh, and I tell you what, Angel closing up very nicely there indeed, and so too Jay Stevens, absolutely sandwiched at the middle. It's a tough position to be in. He's got Pit Speed Racing's Philip Richter just ahead of him, and Verratti absolutely trying to get that position taken. We've got Meeks, Honzik and Cavaca. They're still battling on the way. Cavaca now finds himself with the wild Jaroslav Honzik hunting him down again. Gratuitous use of the rear view mirror. So Honzig, Meeks and Colbath. So Colbath closing up quickly there as well. Carrera's 1.5 seconds ahead. We are on lap number 10. Silverio now closing in on Penzez. So Silverio having a good start to the second half of the race. He's already taken a spot. It looks like Angel and Pluderman are now continuing to remain very close. Veradi's not able to make his way past Stevens at the moment. Is still so close here with this group, just outside the top 5. I really am loath to look any place else, although Frey and Wassner have reignited their battle down Pilgrim's Drop. It's the Porsche looking to force the issue on the outside line there. The Bentley leaves enough room as the holding gets to the way. So do the trees around the outside. The Porsche, all kinds of contact on the grass here. Lorne Van Rossum, is this the point in time where he finds himself moving away from 15th position? He's populated that position for quite some time now, but he might be getting handed a free cheeky double overtake here if these two keep this up. You absolutely love to see it. Bentley v Porsche v Ferrari. Along clear ways we go to finish lap number 10 of round number 5, race 1 of the CaseKing.de Pro Series, and that is a very good exit by all three drivers. And into turn number 1, it's going to be Wassner that does hold on to that position. Meeks is now very close, and in fact Kavaka and Van de Veer, I mean, this group is still incredibly close. Carrera still in first place, 3/10 quicker than that, on that last lap than Eric Delfant in second. Amadeo Castorino, championship leader, is in third place, so a good haul of points. It does mean, of course, in race 2 he will start ahead of Carrera, but I don't think that is going to count for anything at all in race number 2. And in fact, I think we might even start the race on 15th place just to see this battle unfold in the middle of the field. They're going to be just past the middle, so over half the field actually will be reversed for race 2. So it's going to be fun. Colbath, Lindblom and Foch, they are all still ridiculously close. Brands Hatch absolutely doing Brands Hatch things. As I say, we've only had a handful of issues for any of the drivers to deal with as we head along clearways. Once again, the group are watching is 5th through to 11th. Vandermeer, Kavaka, Honzig, Meeks, Colbath, Lindblom and Samir Foch that we are on board with. Sir Foch, of course, on Twitch, chasing down the Pixel Pilots Honda. And yeah, if this is the race number 1, I mean, how much of the race results are going to be influenced by pit stops in race number 2? Given the length of the pit lane and the length of the track, it's actually quite a long pit entrance. That little cheeky chicane at the start, don't be surprised if we see a few drivers give those barriers a bit of a bump on the way in as well. But certainly not the shortest of pit lanes in the grand scheme of things. Again, compared to the length of the course, is quite a lengthy stop by nature. I mean, if you're stopping for 35 seconds, if you're stationary for 35 seconds on a lap that's only 1 minute 22, that's already a fair chunk of your lap time lost. So yeah, undercuts, overcuts, pit stops are going to be absolutely vital. João Kavaka still over the back of Vandermeer. Honzig and Meeks still in close attendance with Colbath, Lindblom and Samir Foch. Again, not too far behind at all. Van Rossum in 15th place, looking for an overtake still, and so too is Constantis Angel. Still Vandermeer that is holding on to 5th position. Very much got the attention of Kavaka and Honzig behind them. Honzig just losing a bit of a 10th of a second there. Meeks gathering that back in. Colbath, Lindblom and Foch still absolutely all on top of one another. Amadeo Castorino's just lost himself about half a second or so to Delfant ahead, although he's just instantly found it again. But yeah, that top 3 Don't look like they're going to be changing anytime soon, and the checker flag for race 1 is going to be coming pretty soon. And it does look like Carrera is going to be the first driver to see it, unless there is some kind of divine intervention on behalf of Delphant. We'll see what Kavaka can do here into the final corner. He's got the Honda lined up again, but that is one of the places where the Honda really can use its top end advantage. And that is a solid run out of the final corner. And across the line, they are going to stay as you were. No one looking to roll the dice and do anything crazy. I said it in the previous race. A bird in the hand, certainly worth 2 in the bush. Bring home the points. Reverse order grid, live to fight another day. And if anyone does make a mistake ahead of you, absolutely fill your boots. Constantis Angel drops a spot, ends up behind Pluderman and Silverio. That is a minute to go. Sorry, going full hydration mode. Remember, if you are watching the stream, thank you very much for the likes and the subscribes on YouTube and the follows on Twitch as well. Make sure you do stay hydrated. We've been going for quite some time now, and we've got the longest race of the evening still to come. This is the shortest race of the evening, and it's certainly been made that little bit shorter for Carrera by Carrera. He is taking pole position, he's taking the bull by the horns, and he is taking the lead of the race from the opening flag to the start of the penultimate lap, where we find ourselves. Lap number 15 will be the finale of the race. Delphant still in second, Castorino in third, Stemmer in fourth, but then the battle between Vandermeer, Kavaka, Honzig, Meeks, Kohlbath, and indeed Lindblom, Foch and Kevin Bellick. Do we see any last minute changes and where these drivers finish? Honzig certainly won't be too displeased with his efforts this evening. The only driver in the top 10 to actually gain any spots tonight. Started in 10th and he's up into 7th place, so a phenomenal drive for Honzig here in race number 1. Again, might be treated to a cheeky position or two. Still, the top 3 though, let's give them some extra camera time. Far too many ums, of course, through the final. For the final time here in race number 1, the triple right-handers from hell have been navigated out of Stirlings and on to clearways. It is Grantis all-conquering Carrera in the Ferrari. It's going to be, yeah, the reverse order grid is going to be absolutely wild. But in the CaseKing.de Pro Series, round 5, race 1, as Grantis Carrera taking the checker flag. Delphant in second, and Amadeo Castorino championship leader rounding out the podium. Stemmer in fourth with Vandermeer in fifth. Kavaka, Honzig, Meeks, Kohlbath and Lindblom rounding out the top 10. No changes at the death. Bellick behind Foch in 11th and 12th. Wasner in 13th did finish ahead of Michael Frey. Finished ahead of Michael Frey. Van Rossum rounding out the top 15. Vardamer in 16th position, Penzez in 17th, Silverio in 18th position, with Pluderman in 19th place. Angel rounding out the top 20 of the race. Carrera, of course, taking the fastest lap of the race as well. I mean, did we expect anything else? Anybody? No, didn't think so. We'll be into the feature race next though. 40 minutes, 1 mandatory pit stop. And we will see where the points for the 40-minute race go. Let me just see if we can get up the results. Yeah, no, we'll have them up in a moment. I can't confirm Boucher, though. Finishing down at the back of the grid. Zaza in 24th and Verratti in 23rd. Stevens and Richter joining them outside of the top 20. And it was, as I mentioned, Constantis Angel in the Ferrari rounding out the top 20. Yeah, I don't think we're getting that at the moment. Quick look at the standings before we came into the race. Carrera and Castorino, the top two. First and third they started. First and third they finished in race number 1. There we go. Again, we'll see how they get on the reverse order grid. The top 15 will be reversed. The next 10 drivers, will all start exactly where they finished. We'll get that server up in a moment. The race results, nope. Still not quite up on track. There is the schedule for this for the CaseKing.de Pro Series. Spa, Donington, Imola, Watkins Glen, Brands Hatch this evening, of course. 2 weeks from now, the first of two 90-minuters. It will be the Nordschleife, of course, mandatory pit stops. It will be in that one as well. We've got some absolute top-end gaming headphones. The full haptics set up, as well as the €2,500 voucher for the CaseKing.de Pro Series for Moza equipment. And there we go. We do have the confirmed results up on screen. We'll even get a quick look at the standing, but there is confirmation. Carrera and Castorino separated by Delphant Stemmer with a solid result. The top 6 all holding the starting position. Then, of course, Honzig breaking his way further into the top 10, making his way up to 7th place. So he certainly, as I say, won't be too saddened with that. 3 spots in the top, split into the top 10. Not too shabby at all. Confirmation we saw there. Boucher down at the back of the grid. He'll be looking to right that wrong in race number 2. Matija Meeks and Remains Cole Bath all made it into the top 10 along with David Lindblom. Samir Foch up a position to 11th. Bellick, Waster, Frey and Van Rossum rounding out the top 10. So it will be Lawrence Van Rossum that will be leading the way into race number 2. Let me see if the standings have been updated. No, not quite. So this is the standings before tonight's race. We will see if there is... we'll see if there is any big changes in the standings in a moment or two. We'll get the drivers back out on track for their second outing, easy for me to say, here at Brands Hatch. If you are cheering anyone on in the chat, give us a shout, let us know. And in fact, if we bear with me a moment, let me just see, the server, I believe, is live. Oh no, it'll be opening in a couple of seconds, so I'll tell you what we'll do. No, we won't do that. This is what happens when you try to be clever. Some highlights from race number 1. We'll be back in a moment with race number 2. Some solid action from the opening round, certainly not the overtaking extravaganza I was expecting. The drivers so evenly matched, even in the varying range of the machinery, not able to see much in the way of overtakes for a lot of the drivers. Goes Honsing making his way into the top 10, so absolutely solid drive by him. Kluderman on Silverio, just running that one a little bit deep and keeping the two of them very close to the two wide for an extended period around the track, which we do absolutely love to see. But then once they got into single file, that was pretty much the way the race ran. We'll see how it runs in this one. 40 minutes, and of course the pit stop to strategise for the drivers as well. Yeah, just checking if we're getting everything up and running. I've got the second server to jump into. Apparently it is now live, so if you bear with us a moment, we will be back for race number 2, round number 5 of the CaseKing.de Pro Series, brought to you by LFM. Any excuse to show one of those adverts. Absolutely love Boris Bangers. There we go, got a couple of lows in YouTube. Hi from P1, says Unicorn Bikes. Thanks for streaming. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you are enjoying the racing action. I am being told that the server is live. There we go. Yep, so jumping in to server 2. And it does look, it is threatening for rain, but with double cloud cover. Oh ho! So yeah, this could certainly make it interesting. Oh no, goodness me. There we go. As we hear the drivers making their way out. Tell you what, let's yeah. Unfortunately, I'm missing the Brands Hatch video. I will rectify that one as soon as we finish here tonight. There is Carrera though, sat in the pits. As you can see, we've got 8 minutes of a practice session. We might get that kicked forward once we get everybody in. In fact, everyone is back in. So we do have full attendance for race number 2. Carrera, again, he will be starting in 15th position. after race number 1. Let me just see if we can get ourselves a look at the standing. Yeah, there we go. So the updated standings after race number 1 is Castorino still at the top with Carrera just behind him, Delphant in 3rd, Cavaca and Van Rossum still in 4th and 5th. Van der Meer and Sasha Wasner there inside the top 7. Mario Hoffman not racing today. Jean Boucher and Matej Meeks both making up places to 16th and 17th. So good points haul for them this evening. They will certainly be happy with that one. And it has just reset. Lindblom in 8th ahead of Bosch and Duivelar. In 10th, Duivelar not racing tonight. Sarvin Pluderman not present either. Silverio definitely was, and so too Timon Stemmer makes a big jump inside the top 15 after that result this evening. And it is, of course, yeah, Michael Frey, sorry, in 15th position. There you go, for absolutely forgetting where I was there. Caracas will be looking to defend this position. We call this the Jixer effect. He is in pit box number 1, first driver back in, so that is where he will be stopping again. The pit stops here are going to be absolutely vital. Given the track, they're running an average of about 1 minute 22.3, and you're going to be stationary for about 30 seconds during your pit stop. Even just the stationary time is all very close to half of your lap. So it really will change your track position and potential running order position when you come out of the pits. And I do think that is going to be a huge factor in the results tonight, is how the drivers navigate these pit stops. Any thoughts in chat? Yeah, 27. So yeah, give us your thoughts in the chat. What do we think about the pit stops? Are we going to see the drivers dive in early, or are they going to leave it a bit later? Are they going to be reacting to other drivers around them predominantly? I mean, where do we think we're going to be going with this one? Yeah, because again, pit strategy is going to be all important tonight, especially with the reverse order grid. So is the start. Given how close everyone is in qualifying time, I mean, everyone in race pace showing just how matched they are as well. So, yeah, it's going to be an absolute game of cat and mouse and strategy, and one wrong move by any driver at any point in time, and the ramifications are going to be extraordinarily huge. So we'll see, where is Amadeo Castorino? He is still in the pits, so we'll stay on board with Carracas, and we're going to see another driver go back-to-back wins in the reverse order grid. Definitely something else we need to take into consideration around here, I would say. Oh, so many possibilities. So many possibilities. We're going to see Amadeo make an appearance. Nope. He's quite happy getting himself prepped in the garage. Michael Frey there as well. Caracas can't help himself. Goes quickest in the practice test as well. Why not? If you've got it, flaunt it, as they say. Castorino. Oh no, he's not. He's staying in the pits. I thought we were getting an appearance from Castorino. We've still got 3 minutes left. Remember, if you do enjoy driving on ACC, there is a whole lot up for grabs between the GT3s, the GT3 and 4 Endurance, the GT3 Sprint Series, the Duo Cup with the GT3s and 4s. You've got your daily GT4s and the BMW M2 Porsche Cups as well. Monday, Wednesday and Saturday for those. So if ACC is what tickles your fancy, get yourself over to the LFM website and get yourself signed up. 260,000 plus drivers taking part, and of course there is prizes up for grabs over the series as well. Apologies, let's just get that positioned correctly. There we go. So vouchers up for grabs and raffles as well, just for taking part. So if you're one of these drivers like myself, not quite quick enough to find your way to the top of the grid, fear not. 2 raffles will be taking place in the GT4 series, 2 raffles in the Temple of Speed series at Monza as well. 5 1-month Go subs are up for grabs also, so plenty to hopefully motivate you to take part, and prizes, as I say, right through the classes, and raffles as well. So yeah, get yourself involved over at LFM. We don't have long left of the practice session, and then I think we will quickly be into the racing. We'll get a semblance of the starting grid. I don't think we're going to get time to jump through the whole field again, but it is another 25 car grid that we've got for this one. If you are in the chat, it's a bit quiet in the English chat on Twitch and on YouTube. If you are in, give us a hello. If you are lurking, which cars are you here to see, or is it just the racing action you're looking to get involved in? Let me just do that. And yeah, final 30 seconds. Unsurprisingly, of course, Carrera with the fastest time, 22.1. Almost into the 21s again. Just absolutely can't help himself, can he? Honzig with a 23.1. We'll see what Honzig can do. If he makes up 3 spots in this one again, that's going to be a good haul of points he's brought home. Hasn't raced in the first 4. In fact, sorry, did he race in the last 2? There you go, that's the chicane I was talking about on the way into the pits. That really does slow you down. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of cars pitting in the same box. Of course, you running... Oh no, sorry, 25. Yeah, no, they should be okay with that. They should be okay with that. So that is the practice session done and dusted. A few more cars just outstretching their legs. On the way into the server, it did say rain cloud with lightning, so the potential for rain is there over the 40 minutes. Ah. So let's see if we can get a grid rundown. Oh yeah, I think we might be able to actually. Let's have a look and see. Oh. Getting the grid walk up and running. Yeah, so confirmation it is Van Rossum starting at the front of the grid for race number 2. He'll be joined on the front row by Michael Frey. Could well be one to watch in that Porsche. In third place it is LFM's Sasha Wassner in the Bentley. In fourth position, Kevin Bellick in the Lamborghini. Samir Foch is going to start in 5th place. In 6th position, it's going to be David Lindblom in the Honda. He's going to be ahead of Romain Colbath. Oh, I was going to say he'll be ahead of him into turn 1, or will he? Who knows? Who knows? Rolling start, anything can happen. We've got 8th place for Matejka Meeks in the Honda. 9th is Jaroslav Honzig for the Jardier community. Another Lexus making an appearance tonight. We've got João Cavaca in the Ferrari in 10th place. Ulrich van der Meer in the Honda starting in 11th. 12th place is Stemmer for the Petrol Brothers in the Ferrari. I do really like that livery as well. We've got Amadeo Castorino, championship leader, at 13th position. He will be ahead of Eric Delfant in the Honda, starting in 14th. And Castorino's main championship rival at the moment will be directly behind them into turn number 1 from 15th position. 16th place, it will be Varmerdam. 17th is going to be Adam Penzez in the Lamborghini. Miguel Silvero in the Lexus, starting from 18th. And 19th is Jens Pluderman for the Apex Predators. 20th position, Constantes Angel in the Ferrari. 21st is going to be Philip Richter for Pit Speed Racing. Jay Stevens for Strater Motorsport in 22nd. 23rd place, Varadi in the McLaren. 24th is Claudio Zaza, and bringing up the rear of the field for the final race of this evening is Jan Boucher, 25th position. So that is the drivers all lined up. As you can see, we've got 50 seconds until we go on our formation. There we go, gulping down the juice once again. Can't beat that honey fill tea. And in fact, bear with me a moment, there is something we do need to change. There we go, hopefully that tidies things up a bit. Yes, excellent, excellent, excellent. So there we go, that is the engines starting to warm up, and the warm-up lap underway. 27 degrees is the track temperature, so the drivers are going to be jumping on that brakes. Nice little bit of wheel spin off the line for a few of them. Of course they do ghost on the lap, so they can charge up on one another as quickly as possible. There is where we are going to be focusing at the start of the race, though. I think it's going to be Carrera and Castorino, top two in the standings, and they are going to be nose to tail into turn number 1. That's what Castorino is going to be seeing. I don't think, no, not a great onboard, not a great rear view mirror from the McLaren. So we'll be avoiding that one. And of course, they've got Stemmer in the mix there as well. And where is Delfant? Where is Delfant gone? Oh, 24 drivers. Delfant is disconnected from the server. Oh, wow. Yeah, Delfant is out the server, sorry. Completely caught me by surprise there. But yeah, so he is out. So Caracas is up to 14th, Castorino 13th, Varmerdam promoted to 15th position. Yeah, so Castorino, oh, he's massively lost out there, because this is now going to put Grantis Caracas side by side with him into turn number 1. Now that suddenly changes the dynamic hugely. Casarino 13th and Carracas 14th position. Delfan has been disconnected from the server. He can rejoin, but he will start from the pits, and he will have a 2-minute tariff for his troubles. He will have to stay stationary. Oh, that's absolutely heartbreaking for him. But here is Van Rossum up at the front of the field, coming through Clark Cup. 40 minutes of Brands Hatch and a whole lot of mandatory pit stops. Nope, showing a couple of drivers are pulling at the pit lane there. Most certainly not. We'll quickly jump down to see where the championship leaders. And Delfant is back in, but he will be held. He's got an absolute charge, but there is the green lights. His foot down, it's flat out, and it is flying into turn number 1 as the camera has slipped. Let's see, they're going to go side by side, as it is going to be a big attempted move by Sasha Wasner. He's managed to make that one stick. Carracas absolutely buried in that field there. He's got the inside line, as you can see. Casarino going round the outside and potentially of Van der Meer. It doesn't quite make a stick. Yes, indeed he does. Oh, as the car ahead goes sideways and they're going to go too wide. There's a bit of contact between Casarino and Carracas. Casarino looked like he forced him off the track there. Big yellow flags. Van Rossum still leading the way. Cavaca ahead of Kolbach. Van der Meer. Looks like there's more changes there. Oh, there's a Bentley the wrong way around, and the Lexus as well. Silviero finds himself the wrong way. So does Van der Meer. Oh, Van der Meer tumbling down the order. We share up to Van Damer. Down from Varmerdam, down from 14th to 24th position, still as you were on the top spot, but it's Sasha Wasner still ahead of Michael Frey, ahead of Foch, who's got himself ahead of Bellick. David Lindblom started in 6th, but is still running in 6th place. Only one of 2 drivers to be doing so at the moment. Meeks, Honzig and Cavaca all with an early place, all 3 taking 1 each at the expense of Romain Kolbach, who now runs in 10th. Grantis Carracas is up to 11th position. He's got Penzes, Pluderman, Steven, Silverio, Zaza. Casarino is down in 21st place. Sorry, yeah, let me just find out what's going on there, because Delfant, 24th, he's out of the pits and he's made up a spot already. Casarino, car number 4. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, now this was on the straight, yeah, so he gave a big bump there, but there's no real indication. I think he's maybe just got caught in traffic. Oh no, he's taking a tap in the rear in Surtees, and he was right at the heart of that incident. I did see the Bentley spin, but the very low McLaren caught my radar, and that is a huge drop in order. Championship leader Casarino finds himself hugely down the order as we see positions changing. Up at the top it's Michael Frey, Samir Foch and Sasha Wasner swapping positions. Foch looking for a move around the outside of Stirling's on the clearways. Cars in the background go sideways. It's Honzig. Honzig has been caught up. He is rolling back, running again, and he is losing positions hand over fist. Lindblom with the yellow flag as well, trying to get back on track. Michael Frey and Sasha Wasner are going side by side once again. No, they're not, because it is Frey. That is still past, but I tell you what, that is very close. That is Kevin Bellick finds himself the unwitting meeting. That Sam is there as Kolbach looks to get involved. Grantas Carracas already up to 8th place. He is tearing his way through the field, and they're quite frankly making it easy for them, because they are so close and battling so hard. We're on board of the rear spoiler of one Sasha Wasner. In fact, if we look at Michael Frey, we're getting even closer because we see another overtake attempt by Grantas Carracas. He's looking for another move already. This one on Romain Kolbach down Pilgrim's Drop. That looks like the first overtake attempt that Carracas has made that's actually been fended off by one of the drivers. So a little kudos there to Kolbach. How long can he hold him off for though? That is the question. Wasner all over the back of Frey. These two love their little battles here. Bentley v Porsche around Brands Hatch. Who knew this was the contest that we needed? Grantas Carracas, as promised, will jump on board. He is tearing through the field. We'll jump on a helmet cam because it's a terrible rear view mirror. We don't use this one often, but yeah, let's go and see just what it looks like on board. Out of the final corner to finish lap number 3. The Ferrari engine bouncing off the wall as he bounced off the rev limiter in Kilbath. Is going to just about leave enough room. Oh, he just left enough room, and no more. And Carrera still manages to absolutely nail it. And Kilbath, I think, has done himself a bit of a disservice. He's touched the back of Carrera, and that has let Kavaka through. Oh, and those two have made contact, and that ends up with Kilbath off track, but back up into 8th position. Kavaka coming under pressure from Adam Penzez. Jay Stevens getting involved in this battle as well, and it is absolutely nose to tail down the field. Amadeo Castorino carrying a bit of damage. He is now 19th position, so he's made it back to on where he was at the start. Of course, a couple of penalties coming through. They should be popping up on screen. There has been a couple of issues with that one, so hopefully they're popping up for you. I'll try and keep up with them in a moment. Oh, as he goes round, that is Lindblom completely round the wrong way. That is a big incident there. I was actually looking away at that moment, so I did miss that one. Let's see what's happened. He previously had a yellow flag, so he's gone off track, lost a bit of momentum, finds himself under increasing amounts of pressure. The Ferrari puts itself to the inside. Is he close enough there? Oh, such an innocuous little touch, and the Honda ends up round the wrong way, almost collecting a couple of passers-by there, a couple of bystanders almost getting caught up, nothing doing for them though. They all managed to avoid that. Grantas Carreras is up another position. He's made up another spot. He is now in 7th place, all over the back of Kevin Bellick and Matija Meeks. Van Rossum is still leading the way, but it's Samir Foch who is up into 2nd place. He's made it up 3. He is past the battling Frey and Wassner. They're not so much battling now as Wassner got his hands full, or certainly rear spoiler full, of Matija Meeks. Then it is Bellick and Carreras. Oh, Bellick's running a bit wide there. Carreras isn't going to need a second invitation, and that is that position very quickly taken indeed. So Carreras already up to 6th place. Let's see where championship leading Castorino is. So he is up another position, and he has got 2 cars directly ahead of him. Doesn't think he's carrying a bit of damage. I don't think that's going to slow him down too much though. This far down the grid, was he 18th position, and that's Stemmer ahead of him in fact. So yeah, Stemmer's had a rough start to the race and dropped down. So 2 of the top 5 from race 1 now find themselves racing outside the top 15. We're already 8 minutes into this. The pit window will be opening in 2 minutes time. It will remain open for 20 minutes. The drivers will come and take on fuel and then depart. I don't think we're going to see many change tyres. 27 degrees, so 40 minutes will be easily doable, unless they think they're going to get a serious pace advantage at the end. I don't think that's going to be the case for many, unless they've had an incident, unless they've absolutely cooked their tyres. Then yeah, potentially we might see someone change tyres. Oh, he's right on those curves, but I tell you what, so was Angel. He is really feeling the pressure at the minute. He's got some very quick drivers behind him. Kavaka swapped positions. He's got himself ahead of Kilbath. So another couple of changes there. Carreras 6th place. Still looking to close in on Meeks. He's got Wassner and Frey just ahead. Samir Foch leading this group. That is leading the charge to Lauren Van Rossum for the Unicorn Racing team. There we go. Thanks from hi from P1, of course. The Unicorn bikes were in the chat. 15th in race 1. 1st place is the prize for that little accomplishment. Matej Meeks all over the back of the Bentley. Let's keep an eye on this because we can see race 1 winner Grantas Carrera not far behind. Already up 9 places, a third of the way into the race. Not quite a third of the way in, sorry, 10 minutes in to a 40-minute race, so a quarter of the way in the race. He's made up 9 places. Is there anyone that's going to be able to stop him bringing home the race win with the pace that he's showing? I think he has clocked the early fast lap as well. Oh no, a couple of drivers on... Oh no, sorry, it's him on a 22.4. And there we go, sorry, as I look away at the timing tower, the Honda goes side by side and round, or tries to go around the outside of Clark Curve. All that's done has brought Grantas all-conquering Carrera firmly into this battle. They're all over the place going into turn number 1. Matej Meeks fighting for his life here in this position. But it's great. Carrera, look how planted he looks. What an exit out of turn number 1. He's surely going to go for it into Druids. Absolutely does. Sails it up the inside, leaves just enough room again. Full strategy employed. He's going to be around the outside through Graham Hill Bend onto the Cooper Straight, and that is job done and dusted. Another one bites the dust at the hands of Grantas Carrera. And while that was going on, the pit window did indeed open, and Eric Delfant has indeed been into the pits for an early pit stop. I think that was for damage, but he has set the opening fastest lap of the race with 1 minute 22.475. So very speedy, quick indeed. We'll see. This is the first time the race leader has come past the pit entrance with the pits open. We'll see if Van Rossum decides to bring the Unicorn machine in. Nope, decides to stay out. Fosh, Frey, yep, everyone staying out, so no early runners into the pits. Oh, not, and just as I say that, Jay Stevens for Strater Motorsport does come in. So Stevens comes in, and Castorino, sorry, is already in. So Castorino into the pits. That'll put Delfant up to 18th position. Van der Meer is in, and so is Jan Boucher. So a few drivers down at the back of the grid looking to come in and take their pit stop. We'll see. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. We're back up at the top of the field. We're back on board with Matej Meeks. Down Pilgrim drop we go, and it is Carrera's brake lights we are watching. He's got the big bad Bentley of Waston ahead. It's a little bit of a netcode teleport there for Grantas Carrera. Yeah, all as you were. Extra bit of tyre squeal as you would expect. Stevens, Van der Meer and Boucher all out with the pits. Castorino is still in there. Oh, Castorino's had some kind of issue. Oh, the car's been repaired, but he's still stationary. He's been there for quite some time. Right, okay. Delfant getting the overtake done on Constanza. Oh, he's run deep into turn number 1, and that is not what you need to do around that corner. That is so close to biting the bullet there, but Delfant does hold on, get himself past Angel there. A bold move, to say the least. Through everything at that, including the kitchen sink. Let's see what Carrera has got to throw at the back of Waston. Matej Meeks still lurking very close indeed. In fact, he has got a very good view of the battle between the two of them. We're already on lap number 10, and we are fast approaching the halfway mark of the race. That's 13.5 minutes of racing we've had so far. Oh, and that is a big off-track moment there. He cannot be doing that when you've got Carrera this close. He is going to absolutely destroy that gap and make an interesting one in the Clark Curve. Not quite as interesting there, sorry, as I thought it was going to be, but the both of them finding the apex exceptionally well. And is this the moment that Matej Meeks sneaks himself a cheeky little position here. As Carrera, he is taking that position whether they like it or not. Absolutely nails that exit on turn number 1 there. The Bentley did well as also, but not as well as Matejka Meeks. That overtake ahead of him was played right into his hands. And that is Michael Frey currently in 3rd position. We can see it in the Porthies. There we go, just turning into Surtees now. As these three are following. Van Rossum 1.3 seconds ahead of Samir Foch. Foch about 4/10 quicker than Van Rossum on that previous lap, so certainly got pace to handily close up on Van Rossum ahead. Michael Frey, as we can see, still running in 3rd place, and then it is this battle between Karekis, Lashner and Meeks that were on board, with Bellick only half a second down. More drivers in and indeed out of the pits. Kavaka in and out. Jay Stevens, as I've seen, he's been in and out. Richter and Silverio in. Castorino is still in the pits. So something is going on with Castorino, and he is still in the pits. So he will lose the lead of the championship after tonight's race. And even if it stays as it is, it will be Grantis Karekis who will take that top spot going into week number 6. Laster and Meeks, not sure what went on there. Oh, yeah, Karekis is having a bit of a connection issue. No connection issues for Samir Foch though. He has got that gap down to a 2nd, and Van Rossum not on the most convincing of laps at the moment, but it is all playing in the hands of Samir Foch. Very good start to the race for Foch. Oh, these three still close as well, but this one is for the lead of the race. Coming down Pilgrim's Drop, it looks like it's all in the hands of Samir Foch as Van Rossum really struggling for pace. That is Michael Frey with the headlights fully shining, trying to keep an eye on the cars ahead. We're almost halfway into the pit window as well. We've seen, what have we seen? We've got 6 cars that have taken their mandatory stop, and Eric Delfant has been in the pits, but it was not during the pit window, so that will not count. While all this is going on as well, Jaroslav Honzek has caught up to Pinzez, looking to get himself back up to his starting position of 9th place. Across the line we go. Van Rossum with a 23.4, sorry, and Samir Foch with a 22.9. Half a second, so that is more than the difference between the two of them now, and that difference is halved again and again and again. We're well under half a second now, as Stemmer with a yellow flag. That's because he's coming to the pits. Vammerdam comes into the pits as well. Will Sir Foch be leading the race when he comes into the pits? Is Van Rossum going to come in, or is Sir Foch indeed going to come into the pits, try and clear the traffic ahead of him? The undercut clearly not the strongest here tonight, the drivers are thinking. Oh, Michael Frey, he's going to be thinking about Karekis now, and Jaroslav Honzek, it's hard to ignore that battle because he is right on the back of Benzes, down Pilgrim's Drop. He's going to go for it. He's been shown the outside line as the Lamborghini leaves him. Just enough room in the Lexus. He's got his nose in front, and that's a very nice move as they start the triple right-handers from hell. It's Westfield Bend. He's round the outside in the Lexus, right on the edge of the asphalt there, and the Lexus does manage to hold on to it. Almost collected him a front spoiler setup, a front splitter setup from the Lambo, but does get the job done. Karekis and Frey very close, so to the race leaders. Let's see, Michael Frey comes into the pits, so Michael Frey has come into the pits. That is Karekis then, up to on track 3rd place. Delfant is closing in on Varadi as well. Again, he's already had the pit stop, but he is the fastest driver on track at the moment. No sign of any rain. Samir Foch certainly looking to rain on Van Rossum's parade. He is all over the back of him. Meeks and Bellick as well, but this is for the race lead, so I think we will stay here. Michael Frey currently 16th position as he pulls into the pits. Again, Castorino in there, so looks like he's retired. A whole lot of tyre squealing there. Hangs on to it though. Ferrari v Ferrari. Carrera's 3 seconds down. We'll see how close he gets. Although, I mean, he's been in traffic the past couple of laps, but he was a tenth of a second slower on the previous lap than Foch and Van Rossum. They've matched one another to within half a tenth of a second over the previous lap, and this one looks like it's going to be much the same, as we do have Stemmer completely stationary. Oh, as Sir Foch comes into the pits. As soon as I look away, Foch comes in. Stemmer has had a big incident. He is slowly rolling along the side of the track. So let's have a look and see. That's down. Okay, so this is a previous yellow flag, because he's on the start-finish straight at the moment, I believe. So unless there's a big incident here. No. Not sure as to why that was showing as a yellow flag. Oh, my apologies. There we go. This is actually the replay. My goodness me. So out with the last corner. Ooh, nope. That was never going to end well. Really couldn't afford to put his foot on the accelerator on the way out with the last corner there while he was on the grass. And unfortunately he did, and that was the result. Kevin Bellick all over the back of Monteja. Makes it look like we've been on board one of the Lambos today, so let's jump on. Either of them coming into the pits. Yes, indeed they are. It's Monteja Meeks who peels into the pits. We are beyond the halfway mark of the race and the pit window. Only 19 minutes left to go of race number 2 from round 5 of the CaseKing.de Pro Series. And it is Lawrence Van Rossum who has led from start to this point in the race. Carrera's now only 2.6 seconds down. Let's see where Samir Foch is. There he is there. So he's been in and out of the pits. Only stationary for 21 seconds, 32 seconds, so yeah, very quick turnaround from Foch. Back out in 14th is Meeks and Penzez in the pits. Penzez in, Meeks on his way out. This puts Delphine up to 9th position. Yeah, 9th position there. Zaza and Pluderman are quite close. Kolbath more than hanging with Bellic at the moment. Either of these two coming in. No, Van Rossum's come in though. So our race leader has come in to the pits. That puts Wassner up to 2nd and Carrera's up to 1st place with a pit stop still to take, of course. Van Rossum joins Honzig in the pits. Claudio Zaza pulls into the pits as well. An absolute hive of activity. So what we're looking at, about 7 drivers still to take their pit stop. Yes, indeed, David Lindblom staying out. Again, Delphine has been in, but it wasn't during the pit window, so he's still got a stop to take. Romain Kolbath, with 15 minutes left of the race, he is within a second of Kevin Bellic. So positions up for grabs there. Absolute monster chopping and changing through the field. As drivers come out of the pits and are of course passed by drivers who have already pitted. That is Foch back past them all. Monteja, Meeks and Michael Frey absolutely side by side as one of them comes out of the pits. That is Meeks and Frey. That is quite a battle in the making there. You love to see it after the pit stops. Let's see if Carrera's, nope, he is staying out. He's going for a long first stint. Wassner Still in second. Bellick stays out as well. That is Pluderman coming into the pits from the Apex Predators team, and Eric Delfant. No longer the fastest driver on track. He has lost that moniker. It is once again, surprise, surprise, with Grantis Carrera. We're running at 22.3. So yes, he shares some of that fuel load weight in the car. He is absolutely flying. This Pluderman stationary here around the first corner is Foch, and he is out ahead of Lauren Van Rossen. So while everything else was going on, yeah, the lead of the race has changed hands, and Samir Foch is ahead of Van Rossen, Michael Frey in 9th, and Matija Meeks in 10th place. Pluderman in the pits. Just on his way out, he's got Adam Penzez going to try and go round the outside in turn number 1, doesn't do so. He'll be trying to take advantage of the colder tyres of the driver ahead of him. He's got Honzig just behind as well. These drivers should make up another couple of spots when more drivers come into the pits, where we see our race leader and potentially soon to be championship leader as Carracas comes into the pits. We'll save the pit stop shots until now. We'll keep an eye on this little battle down Pilgrim's Drop. We've already seen Honzig get the move done. Look at the pace he's got over that Lamborghini. Absolutely incredible. Flashing the lights to let him know that he's going to be going for this one. He's around the outside again. Hopefully you can hear that engine roaring alongside. Oh, there's a little bit of contact through the corner as the Lamborghini tries to assert its position. Honzig asserting his claim for 13th place, and these two continue to crack on. Carracas in and out of pit box 1. He is done and out. Let's see where Samir Foch, and he's got it done. Grantis Carracas is in the overall lead of the race. I don't know what's more surprising, my surprise that he's done it or my surprise that he's done it. But yeah, Carracas with the overcut, and Samir Foch in second, Van Rossum in third, Frey in fourth place. Net, of course, we'll see if any of the drivers ahead can pull out any wonders. Kevin Bellick comes into the pits. He's joined by Colbath. We'll see what Delfant does. 3 minutes left of the pit window, still time for another 2 laps for these drivers, given the pace that they are showing. Oh yeah, some of the live timing being shared in the chat as well. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the drivers' thoughts on tonight's race are. Oh, we've got yellow flag, Honzig with the yellow flag as well, but he is back up to 12th position. We've also got Lindblom and Stemmer. What a battle these two are having out with 30s. Oh, and that's a full-on contact on the exit of the corner. That's going to leave them absolutely side by side heading down Pilgrim's Drop, but it's the Honda that does indeed stretch its legs, and Stemmer holding on, or still back in 23rd position. So it's been a tough start to the race for Stemmer after a good showing in race number 1. He is absolutely battling for his life at the minute, down in 23rd place after starting in 16th. So yeah, sorry, 12th, my apologies. Stemmer, of course, starting in 12th place and down to 23rd. So it has been the toughest of tough races so far. Sasha Wasner, our on-track leader in the Bentley, stays out for another lap. 2 minutes left of the race. That means himself and Delfant will both be coming in at the end of this lap. Grantis Carracas will then take the lead of the race. He got the on-track lead before he came into the pits, and when he came out of the pits, he still had the lead. It is just absolutely incredible stuff. Samir Foch currently running net second place. Van Rossum in third. Michael Frey in net fourth, with Colbath in net fifth. And I'm saying net, we'll see what happens when the two ahead come out of the pits. We've got a Jaroslav Honzig, looks like he's trying to get an overtake done at the expense of Jens Pluderman. Good on course splitter for the Lexus, and it's going to be very close to the rear splitter of that McLaren. The Lexus got all the pace in the world along that start-finish straight. I don't think Pluderman put up too much of a battle there. Honzig was absolutely flying, so that's Honzig back up to 11th position. Pluderman's still close though. Van der Meer, is it Van der Meer I'm looking for? Zaza and Van der Meer, yes, these two very close, and Silverio close too. Oh, we've got a bit of a move down here as well. Varmadam and the Lexus running far too wide. Sorry, the Bentley there of Varmadam running massively wide, absolutely gifting that position as predicted. I know, what an absolute fortune teller I am. Imagine predicting that these two were going to come in at the end of the next lap. 16 seconds left of the pit window. Delphant and Waster into the pits, and Grantas Carrera will take the full lead of the race post pit stops. That is an incredible turnaround. Waster and Delphant still stationary. Delphant as well, been a great drive for him after an early pit stop. To find himself running so far back up. Waster on his way out, Delphant on his way out as well. Where's Waster? He's in 4th place ahead of Colbath, but more importantly for Michael Frey, Michael Frey is ahead of Waster. We've got 9.5 minutes for these two to battle with one another. Cancer Force push, push and catch up to Carreras. It is Ferrari v Ferrari in the final stint of the race, and as a Ferrari fan, absolutely beside myself at the moment. I've always said it was the best car, and I've absolutely been proved correct here once again, thanks to these two phenomenal drivers. More overtaken. Angel and Lindblom swapping positions again. Lindblom really struggling with this phase of the race in Varmadam. And just as I'm saying that, sorry, Lindblom sends it up the inside of Druids. Oh, and there's a big contact there with the Bentley and the Ferrari, and that's Stemmer gifted a position. It's all happening. It is all happening. Let's do that. There we go. No way I am keeping up with everything that's gone on in the race. Kevin Bellick looking to add more overtaking action to tonight's extravaganza. Matej Meeks is his intended victim as they head out of the last corner to complete lap number 22. 8.5 minutes left to go into turn number 1. Beautiful work on the accelerator and the brake there. Nice amount of curb taken, and that's a very good exit for Lambo. Certainly looking the quicker of the two. And there's Lauren Van Rossum, 8th position, back out of the pits. A couple of penalties popping up as well. My sheet keeps freezing, so I won't insult you with my only half factually correct. Oops, that's not what we want. But yeah, do we want to see more overtaking? It certainly looks like Bellick and Van Rossum are looking to provide it. Van Rossum now 8th position, of course starting in first as he sees the Lamborghini go up the inside, and that is going to be job done and dusted. Matej Meeks got absolutely no answer at all, and it could be 2 in 2 corners here as Van Rossum gets himself up on the inside line there, and as Matej Meeks that finds himself, as I say, down 2 spots in 2 corners, and Kevin Bellick will now be looking to fend off the advances of Van Rossum. Samir Foss now 1.8 or still at 1.8 seconds behind Grantas Carreras. So Carreras 1.5 seconds ahead. Michael Frey in 3rd, Sasha Waster in 4th place. We've got Colbath in 5th, Bellick in 6th, Van Rossum in 7th, Meeks in 8th. It's Kavaka currently in 9th, but he's got Delphant and Honzig just behind him. Delphant on a decent recovery drive, to say the least. He's made up 14 places. Yeah, started in 14th, dropped down outside the top 20, dropped down to almost dead last. but is back up to 10th place. Could have himself another overtake here at the expense of Cavaca, a tight group of 3 cars, and also a tight group of 4 cars with Claudio Zaza and Miguel Silveiro firmly in the middle. In fact, a tight group of 5 cars, as Varadi is right on the back of this group as well. So he's not being counted out. Silveiro, Zaza, Vandermeer and Penzez. Penzez leading the way from 14th position, sorry, he's in. With this group firmly behind him, so we can still see more positions change with 5.5 to go as Bellick tries to get the move done on Colbath. Is he going to make it stick? He is indeed in turn number 1 as well. We've already seen some moves here. Van Rossen will be keen to catch up on that. These 3, we've still got Eric Delfant just making an adjustment to his traction control there. Incredible what these drivers managed to do in these battles, but Delfant all over the back of Cavaca. Van Rossum looking to get past Colbeth as well. As I say, 5 minutes left to go, still a couple of positions up for grabs. Karekis and Foch lapping at exactly the same pace at the moment, meaning the gap up there still 1.8 seconds, so all going the way of Karekis. And that is a bit of a wiggle there. The Lexus almost catching up to the back of the Honda there. Delfant almost getting a live Honzig into the back seat of his Honda. Definitely not what you need. Ooh, and that is nicely done. On to clear ways. And yeah, that is very quick indeed. Very quick indeed. Speaking of very quick, the fastest lap of the race now belongs to Michael Frey. 1 minute 22.342. Van Rossum with a yellow flag there, but he is still running. Colbath still behind him. Cavaca, Delfant, Honzig and Pluderman, the driver behind Honzig, just giving a flash to the lights here to try and get past. Zaza has got himself past Silverio. Is Varadi about to do the same thing? He's looking for it up the inside of Druids. Can he make this one stick? Nope, not quite close enough there. We'll need to stay back to Delfant and Honzig with Cavaca. They're heading down Pilgrim's Drop once again. And once again going down Pilgrim's Drop. 1.8 seconds between the top 2. Yeah, Karekis a 10th quicker on that previous lap. So he is doing exactly enough to get the job done. 26 degree track temperature as well, so it is down a bit, or down 1 degree, sorry, on where it started. So certainly not a huge change. Wouldn't have required too many extra calculations coming into the pits, because of course no one changing tyres. It certainly doesn't look like anyone's changed tyres. Yeah, too much time would be lost for not enough time gained at the end. Honzig looking into turn number 1. He's already managed to make a move stick here. Is he going to get it done against the Honda? Against another Honda? Not going to be on this lap. 2.5 to go. And it is Grantas had very little camera time tonight, despite winning 3 races. Karekis. There is a close-up of the signboard, which is actually what we want to see, of course, Mr. Cameraman. But there is Karekis on the penultimate lap. The gap's still at 1.8 seconds, so he's managing that absolutely expertly. Varadi as well. Is he managing this one expertly? As you can see, potentially 4 positions ahead of him with 2 to go. We saw how close the drivers were in race number 1. I'm going to get back to this one. No, he's run wide on the way out of Pilgrim's Drop. The Lexus could close the gap. No, that was maybe a bit too close there. Had to do a little bit of a lift. Oh, lots of dust getting kicked up from the grass at the side. Oh no, we're going to get another lap after this one. Again, the Lexus, a little bit of the ACC rubber banding keeps the Honda ahead. Ferrari, Honda, then Lexus. It is quite the parade. 1 minute 22. back down the hill. I love the way these drivers are able to take that first corner. Absolute procession stuff from Carrera and Foch. 1.8 seconds ahead of them still. There's a minute left on this lap, so he is going to finish this one and start another one. Oh, Verradi's got a move done. Late moves are being made. Zaza with a little bit of a mistake at turn number 1. That's put Verradi ahead. That gives Silverio someone else to think about. Jan Boucher. We're going to see a potential late move from him. Is he going to close up on these drivers? You never know the way, given how close they are. Delphant and Honzig, though, still as close as like they. Oh, they've almost made contact there, and the Honda just hanging on to the edge of the track. Could be a speed token spent by Eric Delphant there. Oh, and he's gone full sideways. The Ferrari's absolutely lost out at no place. Cavaca leaders on the final lap, and look, Cavaca is facing the wrong way out of absolutely no place, and this is why I call them the triple right-handers from hell. It's the two cars behind that make contact, but it is Cavaca that ends up winning his own race. Oh, it's on the way in. Car just has a bit of a bounce, and that's enough to send it completely the wrong way, and that's Cavaca off into the gravel as Grantas Carreras is on another victory lap as he heads once again to Victory Circle, Victory Lane. Whichever analogy you'd like to use. Carreras has got them all wrapped up tonight. Doesn't have the fastest lap at the moment. That currently with Michael Frey, but I wouldn't put it past Carreras nailing this one on the final lap. Oh, Bellick and Wassner are very close indeed. Is Wassner going to be able to hold on to fourth? I did wonder if he could catch up to third, but Bellick had other ideas, and he is looking to take fourth place at the end. We better stay on board though with Grantas Carreras. He will take the championship lead after this one. 40 minutes of Brands Hatch. He has won back-to-back again despite the hampering of the reverse order grid. It's Carreras with another win tonight. Samir Foch taking a well-deserved checkered flag in second place, and Michael Frey will round out the podium in third. Wassner in fourth. Bellick in fifth place, Van Rossum in sixth, Kolbath in seventh, Matej Meeks in eighth. Honzig held on to ninth position from Eric Delphant in 10th place. It's still pretty close for 14th position though, out with the last corner. Absolute solid train of cars, but it is going to be Penzez that does hold on to 14th, closely followed by Mutt van der Meer, Miguel Silverio and Slavox Verradi. What a race that was. There we go, a bit of formation driving from the drivers. Of course, we'll see if any of them are coming into the commentary box. We will get myself set in case anyone does jump in, and we will bring you the race results in a moment. So there we go. Yep, cars still out on track, trying to juggle a few things at once here. We can, yeah, hopefully get this to work. As I say, we will get the results up in a moment. They should update any second now, and of course. Yeah, well, he's already in, so I'll tell you what, we'll go straight in. And we'll grab the, I mean, clearly got to be one of the greatest Porsche drivers in the history of ACC. Brings himself home a podium this evening after a great race in the Porsche Cup as well. And yeah, great to see him in the comedy box for an interview. It is a man I'm a bit of a fanboy of, Mr. Michael Frey. Good evening, Michael. How was Brands Hatch in your mighty Porsche this evening?
It was just fantastic. The second stint was literally on fire. The first one was a bit tricky at the end with the tires, but the second one was just perfect. Felt at ease with the car. Fastest lap time. It was just amazing.
Yeah, it really went well. It really went well. The first race, of course, saw you starting well up the grid, and I do repeatedly say this, and I don't try and hide it. You are one of the best Porsche drivers that we've got, so I did say we'd be watching for you potentially on the podium. How were you feeling going into race number 2, starting from where you were with the grid behind you?
Well, I knew it will be difficult, and the first corner was quite crucial. But the first lap was then quite chaotic. I managed to get through, and from then on, I knew I just had to push and get the laps in, and then hope that at the end I can still get on the podium.
Indeed, yeah. And as far as your pit strategy went for this one, did you amend your strategy in any way, shape or form, based on what was going on around you, or did you have a plan at the start of the race and that was what you managed to stick with?
Well, the plan at the beginning was to stay out as long as possible, but I pushed a bit too hard on the rear tires, and they started just overheating and going away from me. So I pitted a bit earlier, which was the right decision, and the second stint I could hold the tires till the end, so it was perfect. But yeah, it wasn't. Didn't went as planned.
Right, okay, but yeah, I love it. Well, it's even better than a plan coming together. If a plan doesn't come together and you still get the result, that's not too bad. We've got Silverstone next week. A lot of high-speed straights at Silverstone. How are you sizing up your chances for that one for round number 6?
Well, it will be quite difficult on the straights against the faster cars like Bentley or McLaren's, but I will give my best to get a good qualifying done, and we'll need to see, because in qualifying the Porsche is amazing, but in the race it's always difficult to stick with the top speed cars.
Indeed, yeah. Well, Michael, I have to say, I've said it on many a broadcast, the work that you do behind the wheel of a Porsche is absolutely to be commended. It is phenomenal to see how you managed to get that car up into the finishing positions, given its limited top-end speed. So, huge congratulations on the podium tonight, and absolute best of luck going into Silverstone next week.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely welcome. There we go. I wax lyrical about him every week in the Porsche. It's good to finally have him up in the commentary box. That was Michael Frey finishing in third. I have to say, it is an absolute pleasure to have this man in the commentary box as well. I said it last season, and I've said it a couple of times this season. If it wasn't for bad luck, I don't think this particular driver would have had any luck at all in this series, but he's certainly got all his ducks in a row tonight in race 2, around number 5. It is Samir Foch finishing in second place. Good evening, Samir. Congratulations on the podium. How were tonight's races for you?
Good evening. Thank you. First of all, I guess nice to be here finally. After I think first season we did reverse grid Imola was the last time I was here, but really bad qualifying. Like been at least 3 tenths, or should have put me closer to the top 7. So the pace was there theoretically, but the first race is not very eventful. I don't think it was very eventful for anyone. Race 2 though, Frey opened the door for me to have a good result fighting Sasha. I did the through goes Hamilton move on both of them, and after that it was just clean air, pushing, undercut that actually worked, and just not fast enough to catch Grantas. He's from another planet, man, on used tires, and matching the pace is brutal. But yeah, happy obviously with the podium. Don't think P1 was really on the table for me, even if I didn't change tires. I think I would have collapsed like a bunch of cards. So yeah, pretty happy with the result.
Nice. And yeah, I was going to ask the pit strategies. You were saying that you managed to get the undercut to work. You were very close to Van Rossum there. It was quite the race between the two of you. Was your pit strategy in any way, shape or form amended by what was going on, or was that the strategy you had at the start of the race?
Well, in these races, it's always like, I mean, if I was stuck behind Sasha and Frey fighting for the whole race, I probably would have gone in early and tried to just drive in clean air. It's a bit rough here to do the pit stop early because the lap's so short. You might get lapped if you are too far from leaders, but I guess this wasn't the problem for me in this race since we were right there. But yeah, strategy was go to the middle and then decide, and I basically decided on the last lap that I could do an undercut, because if I had 1 lap spare or fuel left before I pitted, just in case he pits as well. I didn't want to pit behind him because the pit entry is so sketchy here.
I did mention that the pit entry here is exceptionally sketchy. It is a fun one. My beloved Ferrari, you're going to be taken out at Silverstone next week. How are you looking forward to that one? The Ferrari, a good all-rounder, maybe doesn't excel too much though at Silverstone against the Lexus, say.
I think you got it all wrong about that. I think the Lexus is absolutely in the bin on Silverstone. It has some bop issues, like missing 20 kg or something like that. But I think the 488 is going to be really good. I think it's on point with the bop, and I like how it drives there as well. So Silverstone's high-speed cornering, which the Lexus doesn't do that well. But the 488 should be on point. If I'm going to be on point as well, maybe I can repeat something like from Watkins Glen Race 1. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, fingers crossed. And again, just want to reiterate, it's great to see you on the podium, Samir. As I say, there's just been so many times you've been caught out the wrong place, the wrong time, and undeservedly tumbling down the grid. So it was nice to see you get the endurance win at the end of last season, and it is phenomenal to see you get the podium here tonight, and hopefully the first of many for the rest of the season. So congratulations once again, and best of luck for Silverstone.
Yeah, cheers, thank you.
Here we go then, Samir Foch finishing in 2nd place. But once again, in first place, it is Grantas all-conquering Carrera in first place. I'm going to have to reinvent the thesaurus to come up with superlatives to describe the driving by this man. But Grantas, back-to-back wins tonight, despite the reverse order grid around one of the shortest, trickiest, tightest tracks on the calendar. Congratulations. Give us a rundown of how tonight was for you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was amazing. Definitely did not expect to even get at least 1 win here. Didn't practice that much, and earlier in the day when I was practicing, I was kind of struggling with consistency a lot. And then after Porsche Cup race, the one I did, also the one I'm also doing before the Pro Series, I just came on quali and then just randomly PB'd by 2/10 and then just drove away in the race. Yeah, still lacked some consistency, but was good. Was good pace. Still very happy. Was definitely did not expect that, and then obviously some luck in the second one, but I think I still did a good strategy and good overall racing.
Yeah, based on what Samir Foch has just said as well, I think on a completely unrelated note, Stuart, can we get Mr. Carrera's checked for alien DNA? I mean, he does the Porsche Cup race in the wet at Brands Hatch and then sets a personal best in Barcelona, and then does a personal best in qualifying. Just absolutely outrageous. It's disgusting, Grantas, honestly. Save some for the rest of us. Your pit strategy tonight, as you say, not easy starting around this course in 15th position. Your pit strategy, I would imagine, was hanging in the balance based on how the start of the race went. At which point did you decide early, because you obviously had a fair bit of fuel in the car to go as long as you did you decide early to go as long as possible on that first stint, or was that still hanging in the balance until a few laps in?
Well, that's usually the plan, especially if you put more fuel in the car to try and if you have a clean track, especially a track like Brands Hatch, you're always gonna wanna extend, unless you change tires. Of course, you wanna change tires like somewhere in the middle, but just because it's so difficult to overtake on this track, even though the tire deck is so big, I still preferred the track position, and I know I was faster than everyone else basically around me, so I just wanted to go stay out as long as possible. I had a clean track, and that's why I decided to not change tires, and obviously held my position in the end, which worked very nice.
Yeah, and to say that you've taken a clean sweep tonight, Grantas, is beyond an understatement. You've taken pole position in 2 quali sessions. You've taken the win in 3 races. You've taken the fastest lap in 2 races, and you now hold the championship lead in both the Carrera Cup and the CaseKing.de Pro Series. It's not often. I'm genuinely speechless though, Grantas. That is quite the season it's shaping up to be at the moment for you.
Yeah, not bad. Definitely after the first race I had in Pro Series was yeah, definitely did not expect that a few weeks later. So yeah, very happy, very relieved, very proud, and yeah, hopefully I can continue this form for the rest of the season for sure.
Indeed, and we'll let you go. One more before we do. I've asked everyone else. Silverstone next week. I've just been correct, although you're not in the 488. Samir Foss, yes. How are you feeling going into Silverstone next week? Unbelievably confident, I would imagine, after tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I gained more confidence in this car once again, so yeah, it feels good. I remember previous Pro Series races that happened in Silverstone. I was driving in a Ferrari. I was doing pretty well, so hopefully that will be the case again next week.
Well, as a completely unbiased Ferrari fan, Forza Ferrari, yeah, an unbiased best of luck. But yeah, huge congratulations, Grantas. Just an incredible performance this evening to win races, take championship leads. All the best. Congratulations again, and absolutely all the best going into Silverstone and the rest of the season.
Thank you so much, man. Hope to see you next week. Bye bye.
Indeed, yeah, there we go. Grantas, all-conquering Carrera's confirmation on the screen that he is leading the championship unsurprisingly, ahead of Eric Delfant Castorino in third place. He's been overtaken by Delfant after that result, not finishing race number 2. We did have the results up as well. Lauren Van Rossum, after a good race 2 there, in fourth place. Sasha Wassner, currently 5th in the championship, ahead of Kavaka, Van der Meer, Lindholm, Samir Foss and Kevin Bellick, all inside the top 10. So a great start to the season for them so far. Of course, we are here for the Pro Series. How smooth was that? Brands Hatch was tonight. It is Silverstone next week. That will follow the 20-minute, 40-minute reverse top 15 that we have had this evening. And then it's on to the Nordschleife. 90 minutes of racing to be had there. The first 2 90-minute races for our drivers to navigate. Thank you for the raids from Chris at the German channel and Chris at the Top Racing TV as well. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone for the likes, subscribes, follows and all that good stuff on the streaming platforms, YouTube and Twitch, the ever-growing channel. Eternally grateful for your contribution. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe on YouTube or the follow on Twitch, why not? What's wrong? Get yourself over to Low Fuel Motorsports website. 260,000 plus drivers taking part across multiple competitions and prizes up for grabs. As I say, that's all we've got time for this week. That was round number 5 of the Carrera Cup by PTT Racing and the CaseKing.de Pro Series. My name was John Wright, and until next time, stay safe, take it easy, and have a great rest of your night. Good night.